Welcome back to Numbers on the Board.
Numbers on the board, yes.
We finally got the starting five, man. We got Charania at the 1. Kenny Beecham at the 2.
We doing it again. You at the 2.
Me at the 2.
Ooh. He's more like a 4, but we'll take it.
Yeah. Mike Hurd at the I'm like Gary Payton a second. Mike at the 3. P at the 4, like a Blake Griffin. Ben Simmonsy.
Yeah.
And then lastly, the man in the middle, DMills at the 5.
The
How
Diesel,
we feeling today?
The Diesel.
Are you comfortable running point?
I mean, I'll run point. I find myself now I'm more spot up shooter type.
Okay.
So Kenny might have to.
Nope. Passing it down the line. Mike, you might have to
be the point forward.
I'm a little
Mike.
bit out of shape, so it might be going to P.
We're just going to keep passing it down the line.
No, that's where it stops.
That's where it stops. I can't. I'm going to take the ball back for DMills to start one point.
We're going to let him get to that
I could
block.
play point center on the block.
We was at the UC last night. I mean, not last night. In the morning, and me and Mike asked him to make a do something off the dribble, hit a shot off the dribble. He was doing a lot of catch and shooting, and if you could see his off the dribble move that he did, you would know why we don't want him. No,
it's not. Nice.
It's not fooling nobody.
But it did go in though, right?
It did go in. All they got to do is go in.
Against
is true.
Against an invisible person, yeah. But the whole point of doing something off the dribble is to create separation against the actual human. But
y'all see that video later in a few weeks. We did go to the UC and get to hoop around a little bit. But as you can see, special guests on the show. Again, Shams is back, man. How you feeling today, Shams?
I'm great. How are you guys?
Can't complain, man.
Third time for us.
Yeah.
New places, new jobs, new everything, but the consistency is the shy ties,
How's the transition been for you? Been fun?
It's been great. I mean, ESPN is somewhere, where there's a lot of content, a lot of stuff going on at all times, and it's been a blast just working with everyone. So it's been awesome.
It's kind of insane because when I was growing up, ESPN was the place I wanted to work. And if you wanted to do sports media, that was the place to be.
Mm-hmm.
And
it was the place to be.
It was the place to be. And it still is. It still is. And full squad, man.
Was it like that for you?
Yeah, for sure. It was a dream. I mean, you always have ESPN on your TV,
Absolutely.
whether it's Sports Center, PTI, Around the Horn. I grew up coming home from school, you're watching Around the Horn, PTI, Sports Center. Like, that's the 3 shows you're watching, and then you're getting into whatever you want to get into at night.
Underrated show, Sports Nation was mine, man.
Sports Nation.
It was one that incorporated social media.
Beadle.
It was perfect, man.
I'm a big PTI guy, and I just found out. I think it's ending next year. I think 2025 is the last year.
That Around the Horn.
No, it's PTI, man. With my guy Michael Wilbon.
It's been on forever too, man.
Yeah. And what's my other guy's name? Man, I'm blanking right now. It's Michael Wilbon.
Tony Kornheiser.
There you go, Kornheiser. And he always says, "Good night, America." In Canada. Mike, what we got, man? Drop the mic. This is Mike's segment. I don't know if we had it last time you was here, but Mike be cooking up segments.
I don't think we did.
Okay.
But just hypothetically, with how crazy the NBA is right now, if they adopted the top 16 teams make the playoffs, would you like that as an NBA fan?
In a way, I think the Eastern Conference has been so bad that like the Bulls being sub 500, being away from the play-in and being the top 6 seed is kind of a slap in the face to the other teams out west. So I guess it would take some time to adjust for sure, because we're probably seeing 10 teams, 12 teams out of the West.
Yeah.
And then I don't know. I would be down just because the 1-8 matchups in a lot of the Eastern Conference series, again, except for that Miami Heat run, they're usually a wash. And then last year and the year before that, out west, the 1-8 matchup, the 2-7s are like real dogfights. The Lakers are like favored in a 2-7 matchup. So actually, let's do it. I'm down.
I'm not down with it. I kind of like the ability to watch the Eastern Conference kind of go at it. Like, I think they deserve their own little thing, and then they meet in the finals. I don't know. I don't want the change. I think the change kind of like it slaps the other teams that's in the bottom of the East in the face. Like kind of how you just said.
But wouldn't that be the reason for them to try to get better?
Mm-hmm.
You can't just be okay and make the playoffs anymore.
But sometimes you can't really help it. Like it's just your conference. Like when you're trying to compete with the Western Conference, it's kind of hard for an Eastern Conference team to compete with those Western Conference teams.
But they're also at the advantage because the East is also worse. So they're playing against the worst competition. So there shouldn't even be a reason for you to be that bad.
Well, it just happens. It happens every year.
The East is just
and
weak.
also, I think when you think it hurts rivalries, like it hurts the rivalry part of that aspect too, where you don't get these teams going at each other constantly. So like there will be no rivalry no more, and that's something that a lot of people say we missing is like rivalries. So you kind of eliminate that as well.
That's the best.
That's
point.
a fair point for
You
you.
a traditional guy?
Me personally, yeah. Like when you think about last year in the All-Star game, you had East versus West. Like you know, you have 5 starters, you have your subs, and you're kind of going at it. And just competition. That's like at its finest. You know, at its core, that's what competition should be. But in this day and age, you have to tinker with things that might not be working. And I don't necessarily think that there's a problem with the conferences as there are. I mean, when you have 10 teams in both conferences have a chance to do something, like how much change? But again, I don't know how realistic that is, to be honest. It's not something that I think the league has really spoken about.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, you try to be as pure as you possibly can.
I'm in agreement with Darrick on this one too. I like tradition. I do like the play-in. I think the play-in is exactly what we needed. But I also think about the most important thing outside of even the rivalries is the injuries. And as a Knicks fan, last year going against a 76er team that was as low as they were due to injuries, you know, you realize that you don't want to kind of rule anybody out or take away that opportunity, because we're in a league right now also where everybody's kind of hurt.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, that kind of gives us curveballs when teams are hurt to start the year and they kind of slip up, but then they're healthy at the peak part of the last stretch of the season. And now you have a 1 seed potentially going against a 8 seed or 2 versus 7, and that 7 isn't the typical 7. We got box office basketball last year with the Knicks versus 76ers because of that, in my opinion. So I'm also thinking about that side of it, Mike, when you ask about the 16 top teams.
I think it's a fair point, because a lot of teams are going to look at it as is like one injury and our season is probably over with.
Yeah.
You know, you're talking about the competition. A lot of those teams out west, you're talking about half the spots are probably already filled up.
How do y'all feel transitioning from that conversation to now what's actually going on? How do y'all feel about the 76ers? And I feel like the 76ers come up in every single episode.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
But the reason they're continuing to come up is because there's more and more that continues to happen.
Mm-hmm.
And last night, thankfully, they got a win.
Shout out to Jared McCain.
Yes,
And
big
Tyrese.
shout out to
The Mills Mans of the Week.
Oh, man.
He's hooping. I mean, he said it last night. Rookie of the year.
Rookie of the year.
Yeah.
He's
I love that type
definitely
of
playing like
conference. I love that type of conference.
Is this the first Mills Man of the Week that's a rookie in the
This
history
year?
of it?
In the history, it might be. I mean, maybe Wemby got something for you last year.
I don't remember who got it last year.
Let's just give
Jerry.
Jared McCain the official first rookie to ever be Mills Mans of the Week.
Yeah, I like that.
He had 30 last
You gonna
night.
get in your bag about why he the Mills Man of the Week?
Oh, I mean, he's been playing phenomenal. I think he's the 76ers' most consistent player. Even Paul George kind of said it on his podcast. It's kind of like, we can't win if he's our most consistent player. So
I sent that message to Paul George, and he's still podcasting.
Not only that, he's using the meeting as his thumbnails. Like, gotta get those clicks up. Gotta get those. And I listened to that episode. It's a good episode with Reggie and the rest of the guys. But they only talked about the meeting for like 2 minutes.
Did you like the story about Reggie Jackson and his goggles?
Yes.
I did like the fact that the meeting conversation was like in the beginning of the podcast.
So you can
like,
get out of there if you don't
you
care.
didn't have to listen to the whole
Am
thing.
I the only one that didn't see it?
Maybe.
You may be.
Did you see it?
I just saw a couple clips.
Oh, I have.
Because the title was like, Paul George keeps it real about the meeting. I'm like, I need to hear this.
I told
need to
y'all
hear
how I
this.
felt about Paul George. I'm a big Paul George fan, Shams.
Yeah.
But I'm currently going through it with him because he's not performing really well right now. The
Like
expectations
you're going
are
through it with
big.
him personally.
As a fan.
I don't know him
As a
personally.
fan. As a fan.
As a
my
fan,
bad.
yeah.
I've only met him twice, and it was very I was asking questions. So I don't want to say we have a relationship, but like everybody know me as a big Paul George fan, and I've defended him a lot. But I just want him to kind of focus on the basketball. He don't have to stop podcasting, obviously, but I think sometimes a lot of players are bringing the team shit to the microphone, and it only kind of hurts you, I think, the more you do that. Now, if he was just talking about other things around the league, but we've seen Draymond do that,
Yeah.
and I think just sometimes it can get real murky, and the more you kind of put gasoline on stuff, the bigger the fire gets.
I think-
And to hear y'all say he was talking about the meeting stuff, I didn't see that, but I did hear him say he don't know how you got that information. That's the point that I did see.
I think the
Headline.
craziest part about the meeting is when Joel said that the meeting was only 30 to 40 seconds.
No,
No,
I
no,
think
no.
he said the part where he's late. That
Yeah.
conversation was a very
Oh,
quick conversation. Like,
okay.
hey man, you need to be on time. You're always late. And he was like, My fault. I think he's trying to get us to understand it was that and not like a 10-minute part of the meeting. Like, man, you always late. This is it. And he was just like, that little small part of that meeting got blown out as the headline. And it was like 30 seconds. I think it's his
I mean, realistically, though, if your star player is always late, he's not really setting a true example for anybody else on the team. Like, you don't want your number one guy not being a leader. Like, Joel is essentially supposed to be the leader of that team. So, like, he can't be the one that's half-assing and coming up late. And
Do you think he's a leader?
Yeah.
He should
not
be.
that he is the leader of that team. Do you think he is a leader from what you have been able to see from him throughout his career?
I think he is, yeah.
Okay.
I think he's probably not a vocal leader. I think Kyle Lowry's probably the vocal leader of that locker room, probably.
So you think Joel Embiid is a leader that leads by example?
Yeah, but
Okay.
essentially he isn't quite doing it.
Okay. Y'all think Shams, you don't have to chime in.
I think that meeting was it was started by Kyle Lowry. Obviously, he's the guy that's won a championship. He's the veteran leader that when you think about a veteran leader, he's one of them for sure. That's a team full of vets though. You have Eric Gordon, you have Kyle Lowry, Paul George has obviously played a long time in this league, and I think the point that was made was about tardiness and how the trickle effect that it has on the rest of the roster. Another player seeing a guy like Joel Embiid who's the face of the franchise, what impact does that have? Can I show up late? Like how does it work there? And I think that was the point that was trying to be made. But the only reason that point was made in the fashion that it was made, where and even the way I reported it wasn't reported in a way of it was demonstrative or there was a heated altercation or it was a heated exchange. It was very matter of fact. The only reason that point was made was because how close Tyrese Maxey and Joel Embiid have been. I mean, this is a close friendship they've had. They've held each other accountable. A few years ago, Tyrese Maxey even said the story where Joel Embiid got on me to be aggressive. Like, I'm not shooting enough. I'm not scoring enough. And the fact that now, years later, Tyrese Maxey, because of the equity of the relationship, he's able to have a very frank message to Joel Embiid. And from everything I heard, Joel Embiid accepted that message and has made everyone aware. Like, I understand the message. How it was reported, obviously, it's the job. It's the nature of the job. And listen, if they sat around for an hour and a half and just looked at each other and said a few things, hey guys, we got to be better. I mean, there's nothing to really, there's not really anything to report there.
Yeah. I think you just can't really disregard the fact that, like, that's what teams do when they start off this bad. Like, they have player-only meetings. They do these type of things because they want to get it back going. And this Sixer team has been playing so bad. They need to try everything. Literally try everything. So I don't think it's a bad thing that they had this meeting. I don't think it's a bad thing that they were calling people out. I think it's actually a progressive thing that they need to move forward.
Yeah, Paul George on his podcast said he's been on a bunch of teams that have had not players-only meetings, but player and coaches-only meetings, and it never came out. It was it's just a part of basketball. It just so happened that this one got out. Shout out to you, Shams, because it gave us some topics to talk about.
And it was funny when Paul George was like, I think one of his co-hosts that wasn't Reggie had asked him,
Dallas
was anybody in the room that shouldn't have been in the room? And Paul George was like, nah, everybody who was in that room is people who have been in the trenches with you. So, and you could tell Paul George was a little bothered by that.
And that's why I think that part is overblown. With like Joel Embiid saying he needs to find out who it was.
Thank you, KB.
It's just like it happened. We know it is what it is.
But this is my thing.
Because what are you gonna do?
I guess
Hypothetically, we're not gonna say who it was. We don't know. You find out who it is. What is Joel Embiid gonna do?
Hey,
Push him?
I need those phones when you walk
No,
through.
we've seen it. Joel Embiid is willing to do whatever he got to do to stand 10
He'll go the extra
toes.
mile.
Yeah,
guess so,
but
yeah.
this is my thing also. Just me being who I am. We all from Chicago. When you go that far to prove something, I start to look at you. I must find a snitch. I stop and say, why are you so prevalent in finding a snitch?
It's like
When
that
you
dude
go and you
helping
do
you
all-
find your lost phone.
Yes.
He got it in his back pocket.
If you lose your phone and somebody randomly is just super like
He
locked
more
in
upset
on
about it than you are.
Yes, he is probably the one that
We
got
actually
your phone.
had a situation like that happen in our
Yes,
friend
ma'am.
group.
Whoa.
No,
what?
where Terrence lost his phone at Lifetime, and the dude that was helping him find
Shout
it
out Lifetime.
was the one
What
that
is
took
Lifetime
it.
Fitness?
Yeah.
Lifetime Fitness. Shout out Lifetime.
I do not remember that.
That's happened. So that's a story. That was
I
a
do.
party I went to in high school where this dude was helping this girl find her phone, and it was so bad we ended up leaving because we were getting into it.
He was really excited about helping find her phone.
And he had it.
Oh man,
He was the one who had it. So it just, but
life lessons right there.
one of the
Lessons
things
with Pee-wee.
I want to, hey, don't give me a segment, because I'll turn that into a segment quickly. What is the process of like reporting on things like that with your, how do I put it, integrity and moral compass? Because it's a fine line.
I mean, team meetings happen team meetings do happen a lot, right? But it's like, for me, it's like gauging the substance, what was really said. Is it something that has impacted this team? Is it an issue with this team? Is it a prevalent issue with this team? And so, going with this one, and you're never reporting things off just one source.
Right.
Like a story like this isn't reported off one source. I mean, it's a handful or more, a story of this magnitude.
But you need the credibility of it.
Yeah, and you want to get as many perspectives as possible. You want to give as many people, you have to get as many perspectives as possible. So for me, a story like this is, when Nick Nurse sits down after the game, an hour and a half after, says, we had a team meeting. My first instinct is, what happened in the team meeting?
Yeah.
Now, again, it might come back to me. We all looked at each other and said, Pee-wee, we got to play better. Yo, Mike, we got to play better. KB, play harder, bro.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, okay, that's like pretty run-of-the-mill stuff.
Yeah.
When you're 2-12 though, and you're looking to be a contender, it's time to get uncomfortable. We got to address everything that needs to be talked about, especially when you're talking about we acquired Paul George, we made all these offseason moves. There's high expectations for this team, and we're in a big market. We have to perform at a high level, and so far, 3-12 is very disappointing.
Yeah.
Well, you look at the way the season started. Their season started with both of their guys, their top guys, not playing, and a league investigation into the player participation policy. Like, that's the tone that the season started with, right? And so that's probably not the tone you want to start a year where you have to give the Sixers this. They got Paul George in the offseason, the biggest free agent. You have probably the best roster around Joel Embiid that he's had in Philadelphia. And so from the team perspective, it's like that's the last place you want to start, your season. And everything since then has been, on the court. They're a way sub 500 team, and they have been able. The other thing is they just have not been able to stay healthy.
Yes.
Like you have Tyrese Maxey comes back, you have the big three playing, and then Paul George goes down. Like that's unfortunate that a team is dealing with the injuries that they are.
And
That's why
Sunday
I'm
they don't have
concerned.
Paul George or Joel again against the Clippers, who are a team you don't want to take lightly.
That's why I'm concerned, because it was a slow start, but we all gave them the benefit of the doubt when we were coming in here, giving our overreactions throughout the first few weeks. And it was like, oh man, they hurt. They're going to come back, be healthy, and they'll be fine. They're going to work their way up the standings. But now these injuries are kind of lingering around, and now we have a few off the court incidents that has becoming big distractions. The team meeting was supposed to be something that was, like you said, just a team meeting. Then you had the Embiid incident, another thing which I appreciate about your reporting, because the person who initially reported
it came
that
out as it was reported as a punch.
Right.
Yeah.
That's why you have to do your due diligence, because as a fan, I was upset because when I seen that, I told them immediately. I'm like, hey, man, this was it. They said Joel Embiid did this. And we in a group chat going crazy like, wait, what? What he did? And then 15 minutes later, you see it get dialed all the way back. Like, actually, he shoved. And a punch and a shove are two totally different things. But that's, again, why it is important and good to hear you say that you need multiple sources to confirm certain things and not, be so thirsty to have the first thing. But I am concerned. I don't know how long, it's going to take them to get on page. But, as far as the whole process, I am looking at that, and my confidence, and I know 76er fans may not want to hear it, my confidence in the process continuing is shrinking very, very,
With every loss, it's kind of
you hope that Joel Embiid's swelling goes down in his knee and he's able to have consistent play. You're hopeful. I do think there's optimism. Paul George comes back next week from he had a bone, he re-aggravated a bone bruise in his knee. It's not as bad as it was the first time. You hope he's back next week. They just need to play and get chemistry and gel. Those are the biggest keys. Will that happen?
Joel Embiid being on the court is probably the most important thing. Just the reps of him being on the court is going to get him back to maybe not even the MVP level, but maybe 90 to 80% in that. Because right now it's just he's not close to their best player at all right now.
They have so many people having career low shooting years. Paul George, Joel Embiid, Tyrese Maxey, who had a good game last night. Kyle Lowry, who finally got it up to like 30-something%. But like Eric Gordon, everybody and everything that could go wrong is actively going wrong.
Except for Yabusele and Jared McCain.
And
Those
that's
are the only
damn
ones.
shame. Because when you hit on a rookie like this, it should be the cherry on top to have us like, man, this team is really like unfuckwittable right now. Even their rookie is giving you 30 and 10. But instead, it's like a rookie trying to put them on the back. And that's not even so. Yeah.
What do y'all think about the smaller backcourt starting together? Like for let's just look at this season, not
Like
the
for the
grand
future?
scheme. Just for this year's playoff run.
Okay.
I honestly wouldn't mind it as long as they have everybody healthy. Because like I said, Paul George and Joel Embiid and whoever you kind of put in that front court can add some size to it. And I like them from a defensive standpoint instead of where they're quick. They cover a lot of ground. They might not be able to cover the paint, but they can cover the perimeter and have Joel Embiid as like their safety net.
Yeah, as long as you're 3 through 5 are big and.
They're not, though.
They're
Caleb
not.
Martin is the 4. That's
Well,
my
yeah,
problem.
but you can put Yabusele in at the 4 sometimes.
He's
He's
thick.
just-
He's not
Yeah.
a big 4. He's
I
just
get
a
what you.
thick
Yeah, exactly.
4.
So
I'm just like, because some people's like, oh yeah, here comes Donovan Mitchell and Darius Garland 2.0. I'm like, one of the main reasons that works because they got 2 all defensive centers
At 6'11"
playing at the
and
same
7
time,
foot.
and then
You know,
they play
the-
Dean Wade.
But Joel at his peak though, he's a great defender,
Yeah.
right? And like moving his feet, blocking shots, protecting the rim. I mean, that's what he was like. The year that he won MVP, I think Joel Embiid even was like, "Man, I should be Defensive Player of the Year too."
Right, yeah.
And he probably had a case to do that. And so that's him at his peak. We just obviously haven't seen that.
Yeah,
I just don't
I'm
know
worried
when
about
he's
the
going to be
knee.
in game shape.
Yeah.
And do you want to put that pressure on him and his knee throughout the course of? Because now, if they come out the gate and they're 12-4, you can maneuver that a certain way. But now when he comes back, like they need every game. They need every game, every play. We just seen them go down to the wire with the Nets. Like, so I don't know. But I am kind of getting concerned. Just going on to a different topic. How much basketball do you watch? I'm just curious.
Yeah, I'm watching. Yeah, I'm
So,
watching the games.
Give us a list of some of your favorite league pass teams. This is always like an interesting question to ask people because it's a lot going on around the league right now.
I can look at the teams though, right?
Of
And
course,
I
yeah,
can give you
absolutely.
some picks.
Yeah.
My favorite league pass teams.
Don't let us down because we got ours.
I'm super interested to hear.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'll give you some right now. Hold on, give me a moment.
because the league is just at a time right now where I feel like you can get so much from so much. Like even there's bad teams that I'll be like, hey man, I gotta tune in.
Yeah.
But like
Portland has been worth tuning into as of late.
last few,
Really?
yeah.
Yeah.
Last
Lamar
night I
Kamara's
watched
been great.
the
Donovan
entire-
McCain has been great.
I watched the entire Wizards versus
Celtics, right?
game.
Yeah, they
I
played
watched the
them well
entire-
again.
I like watching Orlando.
Oh
I
yeah,
will
especially
say.
yeah.
I like watching Orlando. I've loved the way Franz Wagner has just taken this team on his back. Like when Paulo Banchero has that torn oblique, you're looking at it like, damn, this team, they should have been one of the top seeds in the East. They had that potential start, and then the top dude goes down.
Yeah.
Big loss. Where are they going to be at when he's back? And what Franz Wagner's done, putting them on his back. I mean, he's got to be an all-star guy this year.
100%.
What's do we have an update on Paulo?
I mean, it was going to be 4 to 6 weeks from injury. So he got injured, early November?
Yep.
So that puts him at about mid-December.
Couple weeks away, man.
And so, but that's just reevaluation. With torn
Yeah.
obliques, usual time lapse is like a month and a half to 2 months. Where does he land? Is it more, you assume they're going to be very cautious with an injury like that.
Especially if they're playing like this.
100%. Detroit is another one
love
to
that.
me
Okay.
that
Yeah,
I've
I-
had
I-
fun with. You have CADE. He's a star. But they've got players around the edges doing some stuff too.
We
I mean,
love to hear that. Shams thinks Cade
yeah.
is a star. For a lot of for whatever reason, it's hard to get people to realize that.
Detroit's always in a close game too, so that helps.
Yes.
Like even the other night against the Hornets, they go to overtime. And
But think
shout out to
about them
DMills.
this year. They're in the top 8. They're 7-10. Think about what happened last year with this
Yeah.
team.
Yeah.
So
And they got off to a rough start. It looked like they were about to go on the trajectory as what they were on last year.
Yep.
But then the K flipped the switch and he started hooping and he
shout out JB Bickerstaff.
Yeah.
He's
For
done a
real.
good job with this team.
Is Isaiah Stewart better than Jalen Duren?
He was in that last game or in the game
How
against the
about
Hornets.
in the game before that?
I don't know. When
I
I
think it
brought
could
up
be-
Isaiah Stewart on my underrated list, y'all looked at me like I was tripping. Like I
You
was
weren't
smoking.
tripping. You weren't. You know, and I think the best thing
I
about
wasn't
it,
saying
if
he
you
was
watch
better.
him like this year, is the fact that like he's not no stretch big no more. Like
Yeah.
he plays in the paint. He's playing physical, and I feel like really that's his game.
I just think his defense is just a lot better
Yeah.
than what
Come
Jalen
on.
really
Duren
was.
is.
Come on.
Jalen Duren should be a lot better defender, man. That's
should.
all. That's my biggest.
I
complaint.
like when I
But
bring up
Isaiah
shit and
Stewart
it-
is good.
it's
Sometimes he just has
Another
those
one is
dirty
Houston.
plays.
for sure.
I was waiting
Houston.
on you to say that.
I love.
Oh, yeah,
Whoa.
Houston.
Like the athlete of Jalen Green, like
Yes.
he has crazy bounce. You're seeing him put his game together. Obviously, the big thing is how does him and Alperen Sengun, how do they mesh together? But Fred VanVleet, rock solid. They've got this crop of young players. You think about Tari Eason,
Amen
Whitmore, Amen Thompson is.
Yes.
I said they got to
beast.
start in 7.
Yeah.
The way they come off the bench,
Yeah.
they got to
Amen
start in
Thompson
7.
literally plays all 5 positions.
Yeah,
he
Have
does.
You guys seen that? Like,
He's
Yeah.
a creative player.
Yeah.
He is
creative player.
literally like what you want to create in a video game where he's fast, he's athletic, he has the
Good
perfect height.
instincts.
Yep.
Yes, feel
But
for
you
the
can't
game.
make him perfect. He can't shoot.
Can't shoot. Yeah.
He can do everything else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's only what 19, 20.
Yeah,
He
20,
might,
yeah.
you know.
But Houston is great, and Ime Udoka, the job that he's done. I mean, they had playoff goals last year. They came somewhat close to the play-in, missed
There
the
was like
play-in.
one game out.
Yeah, and then I think Sengun was hurt. They got back in it. He never got back. But this year they're off to 12-4 start.
It's
so.
been amazing, man.
How do y'all feel about teams like that where they're that good, but they have this surplus of young talent? Are y'all the GM? Like if we all put on our GM caps, are y'all the GMs who are just staying pat, or are y'all being aggressive and trying to make moves? Because we've seen teams like OKC where you have all of this surplus of talent. It's extremely hard to develop all of it, and you kind of it's a fine line between trying to capitalize on it while some of the guys still have a young, intriguing value, and then also trying to now manage the contracts that are going to be coming because you know you have to avoid that second apron, and you already paid Sengun and Green. So how do y'all just stand pat and let this team rock, or are y'all like trying to make some moves?
I think you gotta kind of ask yourself, like, if I'm willing to make that trade, are the players that are I'm gonna keep on my team, are they ready to go to that next hump? Are they fully developed at that point? Because if not, then like I might as well just keep the slow development for all my guys, especially if we're kind of rocking out at this point.
I think that this year for the Houston Rockets specifically is a luxury, where they don't have to make a deal if they don't want to. Now, the main thing is the contracts, right? When you have to pay, you already paid Alperen, you already paid Jalen, and then you know that Tari and Amen are going to get some big money. But I'm more of like, let's see what these young guys can do as of right now. Let's see what their first playoff series can look like. Similar to what OKC did last year. They had a playoff run. They found out Josh Giddey can't be a part of the future, so they flipped him for somebody that could help them.
Absolutely.
And that's probably the approach I would do with Houston.
Yeah, and I think they also set the tone this offseason where they're saying we're not giving everybody maxes. You're not getting max contracts if you're not warranted a max contract. So essentially, Amen and Tari may demand a lot of money, but we're going to play it out and see if you actually demand max money. Same with Jabari. I don't know. Jabari's probably not going to get
He's
not
not
getting max
sniffing
money.
max
yeah,
money.
he's not getting the max offer.
No.
And they're going to wait.
He's not going to ask for max money.
Yeah, so whatever extension he gets, it's probably going to be nice, team-friendly, and they're going to come to a very mutual agreement there.
That might be a tough crossroads to pass because when you have a Tari Eason and you have an Amen Thompson, he ain't going to go for cheap either.
Yeah, no.
But he ain't going to ask for the max. But whatever he's asking for, they're going to have to make sure that they are invested and willing to also give him that because you do have these other options there. And so
Is he a year away from extension eligibility after the season?
Who's this, Jabari?
Jabari.
Jabari's in his 3rd year, right?
yeah, he's in the
So-
same thing as Chet Paolo. He's in
Yeah,
that class.
this offseason
So, yeah,
he'll be eligible for a good, pretty sizable deal. They have to pay him. They have to pay Amen Thompson, obviously. Eventually, Tari Eason as well. Both those guys at the same time. So they'll have when you have a young group of guys. That's what Oklahoma City dealt with the first time. That's what they're going to deal with this time. They got Chet Holmgren, J-Dub. He's going to be in line for a big deal. You're going to have to give Alex Caruso a big extension. That's why you traded for him. But when you think about Houston, like if you can get a Kevin Durant, of course they're going to do what they can. Kevin Durant's not going anywhere though.
Right.
Matt Ishbia told me that last week when I did sit down with him.
I just see that.
He was very, very, very adamant about that. He was like, I don't want. Houston has the Phoenix Suns picks.
Yeah.
he's just like, I don't want those picks. He's like, if I like, I don't want my own picks back because I want those picks to be, like,
Worthless.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
So
late picks.
why would I want them back? Yeah. So hearing that was obviously a very, like, he was very stern about that.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, if a guy like that becomes available, I think that's when you push your chips.
Yeah.
But again, those guys becoming available
Yeah.
is not as often as
Is it too early for you to be getting like NBA trade rumors? I know December 15th is when majority of the league is eligible. Then again in January for some extension guys. But
it's never too early, KB.
Okay,
but I
love to
will
hear that.
say we're gonna have to run this one back
uh-huh.
in December, January for
Okay,
me
bet.
to speak on
Bet.
some of these. But
Respect it, yeah.
I mean, listen, there's always teams that are buying. I think as the next month goes on, you're going to see some teams start to really sell.
Mm-hmm.
But that December 15th date is big because there's a bunch of players that signed last summer that become trade eligible.
Right.
Not for you to speak on anything, player for player, but even just as a fan, when you see the league at this state right now, where now we have to play in, it seems like more teams buy than sell these days.
Yeah, 100%.
How would you anticipate the movement to be? Because right now, like at a certain part in this episode, we're going to probably discuss some trades that we just made up or we was trying to make. And last night when I was trying to put something together, I was so stuck because it's like, nah, this team might not be giving him away.
Right.
Because they feel like they're in the mix. And then it's like, are they just going to give him away? And would they want a first round, but then they may want their first? And it's just like
The second apron also makes a
The
lot of
second
stuff
apron.
so
Second
hard.
apron has really just eliminated some of the player movement that we might have seen in years past. Like, let's take, for example, Paul George for Jimmy Butler. Let's say both teams last offseason wanted to do that trade.
Mm-hmm.
The Clippers are trying to get off Paul George. Jimmy Butler's a guy that, what's his future like? Both teams literally could not do that trade because of second apron issues, sign and trade issues, things of that sort. So that has definitely restricted a lot of teams. And then every player is potentially available for the right price, unless you're like Steph Curry, Kevin Durant, LeBron James, of that sort. But definitely teams are gonna want to see what they can get as we get closer to the deadline, especially if you're in a position where you have a chance to be in that play-in tournament. Like, it's like, why sell?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just when I was looking at it, it made me like feel like, damn, maybe like, because my entire life, the trade deadline has been something that I've been looking forward to as a fan, but it feels like I should start kind of tapering those expectations now because number one, a lot more teams are going to be buying, and then now all of these stipulations is like maybe we're definitely going to get trades. But I remember a couple years ago, we got wasn't that the Kevin Durant, James? It was
Kyrie Irving.
And it's like when you look around, like, will you get that anymore? Even when like the Nets, they saying the Cam Thomas might get traded, but it's like, for what?
Yeah.
Nobody is. It's so much going on.
He's just such a weird player because obviously
$4
he's
million
great,
contract,
and he's
Where does he
extension
fit?
eligible. So it's like, how much money is Cam Thomas worth? I think that's probably the biggest question for Joe signing them over there. It's like,
Especially when you're looking at it. He's averaging, 25, 26 points a game?
yeah.
He's balling.
Yes, so it's
balling.
like, how do you gauge what do we pay a dude that's averaging 26?
Yeah.
Because you got to think is like, is he gonna have that same type of
Role.
effect or role when they have like a real legitimate team?
Well, that's what the Nets have to figure out, right? Like, he's performing at such a high level. Is he a guy that translates for you when you are ready to go get, cash in your chips to go get a couple stars or get a star? I think there is some sense that he might be, whether he starts, whether he comes, like, he can play such a plethora of roles for you, and he's such a dynamic scorer. I think whether it's there or somewhere else, he's gonna command a pretty big contract.
Yeah. Do y'all think this is probably I was thinking about this the other day for a few days. Is this the most important deadline for the Lakers? Just because you have AD playing at this level, LeBron is still good, and now you have your draft picks.
LeBron's still
You got flippable draft picks. Yes, LeBron's still great. I didn't mean to say good, but you have Don't Connect
apologize,
playing.
LeBron.
Don't Connect is playing really good. Like, this whole team is playing above expectations. They have to feel like this is now. Like, they're no longer like that 7, 8 seed in the West. They've now hit that pedestal where they are one of the top teams in the West again. And so this could be the most important deadline to capitalize on having LeBron James for whatever's the next 1, 2, or 3 years that he decides to be in the league. So you got to go all in right now. You do have an $18 million contract in D-Lo that can get you something.
No, I feel what you're saying.
I feel pretty confident. Well, just to answer your question, I do think it's probably the most important, just because like this team has kind of shown us that like they have the ability to like really play alongside LeBron and Anthony Davis, which the Lakers always want. And then there's kind of glaring holes like defensively and always the sides. And the Lakers have been doing a really good job these past couple of years at making moves at the deadline. So I feel like you have the same mindset as them. Like they kind of figure that out too. And I get notifications every day basically saying they're interested in Robert Williams and to another big man. Like they're really trying to get it done. So I think they're looking at it the same way.
Yeah, you bring up some good points there because Bron's going to be 40 in a couple weeks here. And he's talking like he's got 1 to 2 years left. How do you maximize those years, especially with Anthony Davis playing like an MVP? It is finally catching in some chips after the last couple seasons. They've been kind of chilling with the same core. I guess the Rudy trade happened, 2 years ago at this point?
Yeah.
But other than that, they haven't really made any big adjustments. Drafted well with Don't Connect, who looks like a stud. So, yeah. But it goes back to the point that Pierre's saying, what can you get out there on the market right now? Who's selling? Who's buying?
It's not many people that want D'Lo right now.
No.
They want that draft capital.
Yeah, I
That's
want
what
they
that
do.
one.
They do. They
if
want
I'm a
that
team like
pick.
the Spurs and Jeremy, I want one of those picks where LeBron's not on the team. Oh, I want those.
The other intriguing thing about D'Lo though is that like teams are always looking to escape from shit faster. So if you are a team, like hypothetically speaking, he's been attached to y'all too, Jeremy Grant. If you're the Blazers and you're like, shit, we're paying Jeremy Grant this for the next 3 years, we don't necessarily want D'Angelo Russell, but you now have Jeremy Grant responsibility for the next 3 years of paying him that, and we can move on from D'Angelo Russell
In this
immediately
offseason.
off this offseason. Plus, obviously, the draft capital, too.
Yes.
Nobody's ignoring that.
Oh, yeah, for
but
sure.
I look at those type of things, too, when you have a guy. And y'all have one of those guys. Not that he's making buku money, but I didn't realize Jared Vanderbilt is on a
signed an
4-year contract.
We're going to talk about it when we get to our
nice
trade,
deal.
but we was mocking it up.
Yeah.
We was going to mock it up. Jared Vanderbilt is definitely a tradable piece, especially when you talk about he hasn't really played
But I
at
think
all.
when you attach the 4 years,
Yeah.
even if it's like, what do I want Jared Vanderbilt on my team
For 4
for the
years.
Chicago
yeah,
Bulls
yeah.
do a trade with y'all?
Mhm.
Do the Bulls want no disrespect to Jared Vanderbilt? Do they want him on their team? I don't know any team that wants or is ready to commit to have a player like Jared Vanderbilt on your right. We don't see the type of player he is. We don't see those type of players get that many years on a deal because those are usually the guys that are probably on different teams every 1 or 2 years. So to see
Not
that
to
you're going to
mention,
commit to him
he
for
hasn't
4
played.
years.
he hasn't played in quite
And
some
honestly,
time.
and that's really hurting his value the most because
Yes, because I like him when
this
he's
would be
playing.
a really good team for him when you talk about the people like having a Dalton Connect and Austin Reeves, other shooters on the
Yeah.
floor for him. And we needing the size. This could have been a really big year
was
for him. He just
amazing
hasn't played.
Minnesota.
He could have been a
Even
little
with the Lakers that
legit
year.
POA
That-
for us.
That year in the playoffs when we went to the conference finals, and then before he had that foot issue, I think it happened in Boston. They had a game in Boston last, I want to say February or something, March maybe, and he never played again.
That ain't the tantrum game, is it?
That
we
was 2
talking about-
years
That
ago.
was
Okay.
2 years ago.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was
see.
with Pat Bev.
Yeah.
With
Yeah, man. God, that
With
was
the
a long
camera.
time. What we do here on the show when anybody comes in to studio, we have them sign our backboard.
Let's do it.
Right there, we got Gilbert Arenas from our live show in Las Vegas. And next,
See, but
pick
I've been
anywhere.
here 3 times. I mean, this
I know.
is twice.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
We didn't sign before.
Yeah,
No,
we
we
have
didn't.
it.
have
Let's
got
do
it.
it.
He's got that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
So
pretty
that's
dope.
you're gonna be the second signature.
I'm honored. I'm really honored. Oh, right now. We're doing
Right
it
now.
Mm.
Right
On the
now.
spot.
On the spot.
On the spot.
On the spot,
Take
baby.
up as much size as you want, wherever you want. Sham Charania.
You know, last time we got him to sign the air fryer, so
Oh, we did. Wow. Yeah, the air fryer.
Right
Yeah, that works. Right there.
I think that's perfect. Because you want to let the people know that you was one of the early people.
Because eventually we want the whole thing filled,
Yeah.
but we need a second backboard.
And you can tell who was here early because you see how much space you took up. That lets you know
That
I
he
was
was
here
one of the
early.
first signatures.
Now, that's what I would have did. I would have made my shit big. I might would have made my shit bigger. I ain't gonna lie. And then now everybody else got to work around me. And the smaller the name get, the later you realize
Yeah.
they came in
Yeah.
episode because you're just trying to find that space. So
Where was I? I was at Complex, and they have a wall where you can sign.
everybody
And
signed.
you saw I think it was Yachty had big ass bubble
city,
letters.
Yeah, I fuck with it.
Beautiful.
Now what Braun gonna sign?
Been
We
signing
got-
a lot of contracts.
yeah.
He said where Bron gonna sign.
I'm honored,
Speaking
guys.
to an existence.
No, we appreciate it, man. How has the transition been? You know, worldwide leader in sports.
It's been good. Like the job itself hasn't changed. The job itself is the same. It's just obviously different shows, new teammates, building that camaraderie, building that chemistry. I came from a place at The Athletic where there was so much camaraderie when I left, and so it's like now you're part of a new team, building that, talking to people, and I have so much respect for everyone that I work with now, from Brian Windhorst to Ramona Shelburne and Tim McMahon, Tim Bontemps, Omi Yamasu, Kendra Andrews. Like there's so many. Malika Andrews on Countdown, Bob Myers, Kendrick Perkins, Richard Jefferson, Shanae Agumake.
Oh, you ain't forgetting. No.
You know,
love that.
they've all been amazing, and even from the support staff. So think about it, like it's like last week marked my 1 month, you know, and I feel like 1 month's just flown by.
Wow.
No, yeah, I guys like you, it's always gonna be a seamless fit, and comments gonna be like Pete Glazing, but we did work together outside of like the
We did.
interviews and did.
Stadium.
Yeah,
Shout
and-
out Stadium.
When I first got there, they were saying like, oh, you know, Shams or whatever, and I'm like, yeah, I did work with him, but I'm like, we interviewed him, but I'm like, he probably don't remember me or anything like that. You are one of those people. I don't know how you do it. I need to start doing it myself. You don't forget names. Just like
I
then.
feel like now I'm starting to. You know, as you get older, you meet more people. But the people that you do stuff with, you gotta remember them.
Even when you just named everybody on that's a game that a lot of us up here would just be like, hey man, shout out to the
Yeah,
family,
to the
and
rest,
to
to
the
the
team.
guys.
Because once you start naming, you know, you'll forget.
You gotta
just
name everybody.
Really nailed every name up there, but you know, that's one of the traits that I need to pick up on too.
Are you still local?
Still based in Chicago.
That's so
Still based in
love,
Chicago.
man.
So we got LA studios. We got the LA Live studios. We got the Seaport studios. So kind
Right.
of making my round. Bristol as well. So making my rounds everywhere.
How often are you on a plane?
I would say maybe 5 times a month.
5 times a month. Okay,
6 times a month.
that ain't bad.
That's a
Not
lot,
bad.
but it's not that bad.
yeah, it
not
ain't that.
bad.
I thought
Not
you was
bad.
gonna say a couple times a week.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
I was going out to LA twice a month for running back the last 2 years. So it's not that much of a change of pace. It's just a different place.
Media has definitely shifted though. Like 5-10 years ago, if you signed ESPN, it was like you have to move to these spots, and now you can. I mean, we built our studio in random suburbs of Chicago. You know, we didn't have to move anywhere.
Man, I'm proud of you guys. I remember the first time I came and we did that little shoot, and it was definitely in a smaller room,
Super small.
very small room.
It's
This
tight.
is a back room of an office space,
and we still
now to
building
see
it
this,
out. Yeah.
Come on, man, with the lights. You guys come on, man. This is big time. So.
Tell Jerry Allen he
Yeah,
can sit up
yeah,
here. The
awesome.
price ain't too light up, too bright up here. It ain't too bright up here, Jared Allen.
He
Come
became a
rock with us.
meme. He became.
He
He
did.
embraced it though.
Yes,
he did. I love
embraced
to
it.
see that.
I
I love to see
gotta
that.
give him love for that. And shout out to the Cavs.
Yes.
Shout out to the Cavs.
What a start.
Shout out to the Cavs.
Star.
You been keeping up with Loyola basketball?
I have been to an extent. I got to go to a game. Steve Watson, the athletic director, Drew Valentine, the head coach. Really great people. Hopefully, we make a deep run.
It's crazy how much Denzel and Drew look so alike.
They
It's
do.
crazy. Like
It
I,
is
was,
insane.
I remember I saw a Loyola game on TV. I was like, is that Denzel coaching? And then
It's insane.
yeah. Are they twins or are they just?
No, they're not.
just
twins.
That's
His
even
older
crazy.
brother.
That's the older brother.
genetics.
Yeah, that's
older
even
brother, older
crazy.
brother.
That gene is
Good
strong.
genes. Yeah, good genes. Good
The
genes. Good genes.
genes are strong. Before we let you go, one thing. For anybody that's watching, because like KB said, media is crazy and everybody's doing media. When I was growing up, you wanted to be the player. Now you have kids that's trying to be in the media. For the young person watching that's trying to be Shams or do what you do, what advice could you give them?
The advice that I would give any young professional trying to get in this, whether you're in high school, you're in college, or you're in middle school, going into high school, like find exactly what you want your specialty to be and go pursue that. So for me, I never thought I'd be doing on camera. Literally, I thought I would just write. I loved writing. I loved journalism. And so so for me, it was like writing and finding your voice. I still think that can be a lane you can do. Whether you're trying to do TV or not, the more you write, the more you put your thoughts and what you're trying to get across on paper, a Word document, it goes a long way because then it helps you later on. Because if I never wrote, if I didn't start off as writing, I definitely wouldn't be to this point TV-wise. I definitely would. I feel you guys are naturals on TV. I feel like it takes me time to become natural on TV.
Yeah.
And I think if I never had the writing background, so I tell every young professional, whether you want to write or not write, whether you want to do TV, whatever, writing, man, there's like an essence to writing. It helps you find your voice. So that's my advice. Find what you want to do, specialize in it, go get it.
As always, Shams, you're welcome to come back whenever you're in town.
Now, he said December 15th. After December 15th, we're going to have you back, and we're going to get into them rumors.
We're ready. I put it out there, so we'll run it back like we do, always.
Say less. As we get Shams out of here, we want to hear a word from our sponsor.
Why should you bet with Caesars Sportsbook? 2 words, Caesars Rewards. Every bet brings you closer to the type of benefits only Caesars can offer. Hotel stays, VIP experiences, sports and concert tickets, and more. It's not just an app, it's an empire.
Shout out to Shams Charania again for stopping by on the show. Our goal is to get more people to, again, sign this backboard, so expect more people. Luckily, Shams is like a smaller guy, too.
Yeah.
When LeBron sit here, it's going to be a little – you might have to slide down and let Bron get a seat by himself.
No, I'm glad we like have some sort of relationship with Shams, because the first time meeting somebody, I'm sitting here, we all close. And like you said, if it's a player, they're going to be –
big as hell.
Yeah.
I ain't want to say
Imagine
it,
Zion taking a sit right there.
Yeah.
Imagine Zion taking a seat right there.
I need Zion to do more than sit.
He need to go get on the court.
I had you say it twice because of how close it sounded. You said at first, imagine Zion taking a sit right there.
Oh, yeah.
Who says taking a sit?
I got a big moment that popped up on Facebook. You know, I only go to
happened?
Facebook to look at the memories. November 23rd, 2011. Here's a Facebook post.
Y'all had to just meet.
55-29. B Team Bombers. Great game, everybody. We didn't get the 30 club, but it was all good. We might not lose this whole season. That was our teammate and best friend, Mike Mason, talking about us on the B team, man. Our first game ever playing together was in 2011 today.
Y'all
That
won
is
55,
dope.
y'all lost?
Yeah, we won.
What do you mean we didn't get to 30? Oh,
We
you
didn't
get
beat
to
them by
We were
30.
up by 30 at one point. And then
Ah.
you can go through the comments. He said the third stringer sold the game. I'm like,
Third
damn.
stringers, damn.
Who even counted third stringers on
On a
that
B
team?
team?
Yeah, like who counts?
Third string on
Y'all
the
team was that deep?
Hey, third.
Hey, we might.
Yeah,
Hey, if South
why
had
am I
a
disrespecting you, I do that.
if South had an all-time like teams, our B team is up there.
100%.
Y'all the best B team.
We one
might
of
be
the
the
best
best
B
B
teams.
team.
Y'all the
in the
A.
history.
Y'all the A of the B team.
Yeah.
And I think it's just because our freshman team was deep that we could have had some people on A that was playing on B.
Yeah, I definitely could have
That's
been
what
on
they all say every year.
Larry came down to play with us on B.
Yeah, Larry's on our team. Anyway, that was just a moment in time, man. If I could go back, I would. Not even to relive it. I want to watch that game.
I wanna
wanna be
relive
there
the one game
talking
where
shit.
Coach Lottie coached us.
Oh, yeah, that was a good one.
If we could play that game one more time,
I got footage of that game.
He does.
yeah, you do.
It's like one quarter, though, so it doesn't count for much. But we all scored in that one quarter.
Yeah.
Mike had an and one layup. I had a floater at the buzzer beater, and I think Darrick had an and one, too.
Is it all on camera?
Yep.
That was look at
Wasn't your dad filming it?
look at
My
God.
stepmom.
Oh.
But
God was like, these boys gonna do something one day. Who knows where I was probably in the main gym.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Dominating.
Nah,
That's crazy.
I'm joking.
I didn't even mean in the main gym playing. I just know that like sometimes when that B team game is gone, the
y'all
varsity
was probably
game
just sitting watching the sophomores.
or that, yeah.
Yeah.
But I think when y'all was on B, was I soft? No, I was in a varsity play. I was,
Yeah, you was
I was
junior,
upper
yeah.
class. Yeah. So yeah, I probably was in the main gym watching sophomores. I ain't mean it like that.
Let's get to some more basketball stuff. In the last 6 games, the Bucks are 5-1. How we feeling about the Bucks?
We're feeling
Feel
real
good.
good.
Shout out to
Feeling
Gary
real
Trent for finding his shot.
Yes, he was
Yes,
amazing last
yes,
night.
that's a
Yeah.
big thing.
Torian Prince has been good too.
Yes. They
Hey.
shooters are finally shooting.
I can't.
No, Tory
speak-
Prince should like 50% all season. He
No,
just
yeah,
can't
he-
defend for shit.
He was doing his thing.
I can't
hooping.
speak for DMills and KB, but I know going into the season, me and P was like, we was really on Giannis for that MVP season, and it's
Boy.
like,
I got a whole video before the season started. How is Giannis still the most underrated player in basketball?
Yeah.
How is that even possible?
and Jokic feels like he's just been a runaway with MVP, but
It
Giannis
kind of
is
shifted
trying.
now. It's shifted. I think
Giannis
this
is
past week.
trying.
Yeah,
man.
because Jokic missed, 4 games?
Yes.
So,
Mhm.
I mean, that definitely hurts, but I think Jason Tatum's right there, too.
Yes,
I think this is
100%.
a very tight race as of right now.
Giannis has kind of separated himself a little bit. That's what you have to do when somebody's missing games. You got to take advantage. But the narrative and the performances without Dame, that
Yeah.
kind of kick-started this 5-1 streak. We talking about 59, another triple-double here, another
Dog the
triple-double
Pacers
there.
last night.
I'm blocking shots. I'm
been
playing defense. Like,
Game winnings.
relentless. I was looking at some of his stats, and it was like his drives per game is like double from what it was last year. 22 points in the game is insane, or 22 points in the paint is insane for anybody.
They
Honestly,
would be on a 6-game streak if it wasn't for LaMelo slipping on his Pumas.
Wow, that's a good point. Yeah. Because
A
even the
miss-
league said that was
Yeah,
the wrong call.
Giannis didn't even touch him.
Yeah.
He just slipped.
They will be on a 6
A
game. So right now
6-game
they're
winning
7-9. Here's their
Wow.
upcoming schedule, by the way. Hornets today.
Giannis
Miami
finna
Heat
get that get
should
back.
be a W.
Miami Heat, Wizards, Pistons, Hawks. Got the Celtics. Then you got the Nets, the Cavs, the Wizards, the Bulls, the Nets, the Bulls. They have an easy stretch right now.
They
Take
going through a
advantage.
stretch where they can really solidify themselves back at the top of the
Did y'all
conference.
watch yesterday's game?
Mhm.
Or
I
did
watched
y'all see
bits
it?
and pieces.
I had fell asleep after the game because I went to the Bulls game last night.
When Mike just said about the points in the paint, it is really insane. Well, you don't even have to watch the game from last night to get what I'm about to say. It's insane to see him do what he does because that every team knows what's coming and every team is stopping it. Every team is extremely gapped up. Every team is extremely helped, and he is just relentless. And I think when you watch from TV, you don't really understand just how crazy it is to see somebody go to the paint every single time through bodies and bodies. And then the last line of the bodies is fucking Miles Turner,
And he just
who
going
is
right
no
over him.
slouch.
Right over
Who
him.
is no
And then
slouch.
he also hit like when he hit that mid-range jumper too. It's just
good
like, what do
nights.
you
Yeah,
do?
it's good nights. I felt
What
like
do you
Dame
do?
was doing a good job playing off of him as
And,
well.
yeah, and I think that's how they really got to go about it. Like we all knew, like when they got this team together, it was gonna be like you can't stop them offensively. And I think this is what it's coming down to. Giannis is basically unstoppable right now. I think Dame is not that far from it. The way he's been shooting the ball from like Dame's standard, he could probably be a little bit better. But like that's how this team needs to play is where they have two people you literally can't guard.
To let the rest work itself out. Brooke Lopez, we got to give him
Oh,
a
man.
flowers. He's been
Oh,
amazing
yeah.
in the
Oh,
last
man.
couple
He
years.
had a
Brook Lopez
crazy
been
block.
hooping
Yes.
during
He
this
had a
stretch as well.
crazy block.
Yes.
It's like he randomly just came to life and decided to just start back playing basketball.
He has. I think this team just probably needed a breath of life. And I
Yeah.
think, again,
Giannis
when,
gave it to him.
when
You
Dame
think they
was
had a
out,
players only meter?
they
They
might
probably
have.
did.
Maybe.
They just didn't slip out.
Well, they also be, I don't know, they be huddling up at the end of wins. They huddle up.
They do.
and
Giannis
they
was
talk-
over there yesterday. Like, come on.
I like that. They got their own little team camaraderie right there. So they probably,
I also think they have a real leader.
and Giannis?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no shot at Joel Embiid, but like whenever you see like a team and it has a leader and you have to name vets and you move around your actual best player who everybody thinks should be the leader, I think it can get a little tricky there because at some point Joel Embiid is the leader. He's the best player. He's going to want to speak. Kyle Lowry is the veteran. I think on the Bucks when Giannis speaks, that's it. Like, listen. And I know they still have some other veterans. Chris Middleton is going to be respected. Dame is one of the most respected players across the entire league. But I think it's known in Milwaukee that when Giannis says it's go time, and there's nothing else that needs to be talked about.
No, I mean he gonna run through a wall for like he is the literal player that will run through a wall, and I think you just got to kind of admire that. And like when you're on his team, it's like we have a chance to win every game when he's on the floor.
Mhm. And I think he also is the one showing that with his actions, and even in his pressers. Sometimes I watch, and sometimes he can say some shit. I'll be like, Giannis, come on now, bro. When he talking about I just show up and play. I can't control the outcome of the game. Yes, you can, because when you have 59, you control the outcome of the game.
Yeah. But that's what it's comes to. He literally has to do it all so he can control the outcome. It's not
for sure. But he's capable. He showed us. He's
Yeah.
capable, man. He's capable. But shout out to the Bucks for real. Shout out to Doc Rivers as well.
Yeah, Doc, I'm reading his presser for after the game. Basically, he was shining a light on the defense for these last couple stretches. I just looked it up. In the last 2 weeks, they have the 8th best defense in basketball. So it started off really slow. Overall, it's at 20. But if you account for the 2 weeks of 7 games of sample size for them, number 8.
Yeah.
Which if they can somehow consistently do that, it changes everything.
Yes, it changes everything.
I mean, I always think that, you're going to have a chance when you have one of the 3 best players in the world.
Yeah.
It was a matter of can they put together the defense after last year obviously being pretty bad there, and then a connection of Dame and Giannis not being great, but over the last couple games, it actually has been.
Yeah.
I also want to say this. Yesterday, I'll say it when we were shooting at the United Center. 3-point line is crazy. So when I think
I think
left
about that
there, I thought
nonstop.
about AJ Green, and that was all he was shooting,
Yeah.
and my respect goes to the roof. Javon had
Yeah.
DM me on the thing like, boy, you ain't never in there with like the shiesty mask and the UC. I'm like, yeah, it's cold. But side note, I got a respect for y'all because like the 3-point line is you see we used to at courtside. You see how far it is, but to actually put your body into the motion of shooting from it is like this is crazy.
30. Dame is shooting from the logo. Consistently.
Comfortably.
Yeah.
And it don't effortless.
LaMelo hit the one shot where he was off balance and he just threw it up from like
Is
35 plus feet.
Where is that strength from? Is that leg strength? Is that core strength?
Gotta be core
strength.
Gotta be core
That's
strength.
core
Yeah,
strength.
gotta be both, but I think it's a lot of it's core. And my core is weak.
Because
Same, brother.
Bro, it's so underrated I think about that so much, how far it is, because especially when we did that 3-point thing,
Half court.
the shooting thing where we were doing the NBA combine, me and DMills were doing the shooting, and like I was airballing so much, and I'm like, this is just weird how
and
it
we
takes,
had to run, and I was like,
takes so much to get to the rim, and I'm like, I couldn't imagine fading away or
like
being,
Steph
shooting
Curry
over.
doing all that damn running, and
Yes.
then having to still shoot, and I'm like,
See,
And
we shot from the elbows at first, and then y'all did the 3-point half court shit.
Video
And-
coming soon, by the way.
And Darrick said to me, like, I was like, hey, the Bulls had grabbed people and started doing half court shots. I'm like, hey, they doing them. And Darrick looked at me and was like, my body can't do the half court shots. And I didn't get what he meant at the time. I was like, oh, he's just probably tired. But then I did the thing, and I had finally shot a 3 and was like, oh, that's why he's not doing half court shit, because my arm is, this right arm right here, it's hurting right here.
I had shot a few half court shots, and I was like, damn, this shit is different than like the high school.
Or now,
half-court
you know
shot.
what I also got to think about too for that 3-point challenge for like during All-Star, you got to shoot 25 shots. Like,
Yeah.
just imagine how your arms feel about around the 20th one, and it's just
Well,
like,
they got the muscle memory, so shit, it's probably ain't nothing.
Yeah.
But
Also,
I was
you know what's
definitely, like, was
another
crazy.
factor I think about it too is, well, you're also around like 6'3", 6'4", but like just the height of these players. For a player that's 6'8", doesn't have to put as much on it because the ball's already so high. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Also, another underrated part. Shout out to all the ball handlers out there because
What?
all the point guards, the shooting guards, the high usage guys. That ball is it is
you don't
very
got that
it's
same
no
grip.
grip.
Yeah, it's not the
it's
grip.
very hard
But
to
he also
consistently
don't
dribble
have
it.
no handle.
Like that ball does not
I'm
have
never
the grip.
gonna
You
get
know,
over-
he got to catch it though. So that's what
I'm
he
never
messing
giving
up.
that true. I'm never giving over that move that you did with me and Mike said. Show us some off the
It
dribble.
reminded me of that one meme, or that like it's that big football player who doing that. He like acting like a wide receiver, and he trying to do his move, and he go like
You're not doing nothing.
He not doing. They said, bro, you're not fooling nobody.
Yes,
that's exactly what happened.
you
Like
doing.
that's
you
what
did
he
some
did.
shit was like and shot it.
Like he used his head. He was like,
that shit is like Perk when he was in his driveway. Mike said, boy, that shit ain't fooling nobody.
I think that's probably, we've been filming a lot of videos for the Enjoy Basketball channel. That's probably my favorite one, just because we haven't hooped in forever.
Yeah.
Even
It
if
make me
wasn't
wanna
anything
hoop.
too crazy.
It made me want to
Same.
hoop too.
But you know, the night before, I had bought like these stretch bands, and I had used them the night before, and they really worked. Everything that I stretched, no problem. I didn't stretch my arms, but all of my calves, my thigh, hamstring, like felt good, and that's what I was worried about. I'm like, man, we ain't even do shit,
no, he
but
didn't.
just
But
that.
you felt loose.
Yeah.
No, I don't even want to ruin it. But
Yeah, just the video will
Yeah.
come out eventually. That's enough talking about
I
it.
can't wait for the video to come out though, because there was a thing we lost the first one, and we have
We might have won because if you, we're not talking about.
But no, we ain't gonna go into depth. But I was like, so I made like 4 of them. KB was like, huh? Because I made like 4. And I'm like, I know for a fact that I made more than 2.
All right,
And I know, and I think our end score was 6.
6. Yeah.
So I
Anyway.
cannot wait to see that footage back.
Yeah, I want to talk about the thing that happened with the Timberwolves the other night.
Yes, with
Yeah.
Rudy Gobert.
Yeah, so for
We
the
should have
people,
asked Shams about that. He maybe had. No, I'm just
an
joking.
insight. For people that did not see it, the score was 95-95 5 minutes ago. Rudy Gobert has Scotty Barnes sealed under the basket, and Julius Randle opted not to pass to him, and Rudy Gobert threw a tantrum and got a 3 seconds.
Julius Randle waved his ass out. He told his ass to move out the way.
And it's sad because
They lost the game.
this has been conflicting for
Yeah.
me because I get why you don't throw the ball to Rudy. He had him sealed.
Yeah, he was literally
and
at
I
the
was,
rim.
I was honestly just thinking that too, because like you see so many bigs switch and go out to the perimeter, and then there's 2 mismatches: the guard with the big on him, and then there's a big with a small on him. Most of the time, the big never gets the ball at all.
No, the big gets the ball. Rudy Gobert doesn't get the ball.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of players that say, you know what, I'm taking this three.
As he shouldn't, but in that specific standpoint, I think if you haven't seen the play and you're hearing us talking about it, when you go watch it, you're going to be kind of like, oh, damn, he really did have him sealed. Like,
Yeah. There was no like fake help. No one was helping. They was just like, just throw it.
And I went back to, I made a whole video about it, so I won't go too much into it, but basically my take on it was both of the players are obviously in the wrong there. With his 5 minutes left, you can't get a 3 seconds and lose a possession and because you didn't touch the basketball. But also, the big fella got the goddamn
Throw the ball,
small
man.
on him. Give him the ball. So I
Scotty
went back.
Barnes normally ain't the small, but
True.
And it is crazy to see a big, in a way, throw a tantrum by just electing to say, I'm going to get the 3 seconds. That is so petty.
That's some shit we do in pro-am.
I'm going to throw the possession.
Not even, though.
I've
not
definitely done
even.
that before.
I've done it before.
But I mean,
I'm
not in
gonna
the
throw
close,
the
not in a close
possession.
game for sure.
The only
said
thing
I'm
I
gonna
do
throw
is
the
walk back. That's my favorite.
Yeah. Or no, obviously you do the too. And I do the same thing so it'd be a fast break.
You just don't move. You just put
No. Yeah. When it's like me and P on a fast break, I take a bad shot. He just gonna stay wherever he was. He not gonna play defense for that possession.
Because if we not playing offense, I'm not playing defense.
But I went to the high-low.
Yeah.
And last season, I put it on last season and did assists from Karl Anthony Towns to Rudy Gobert. 90% of the assists that they had together was exactly that.
Yeah.
Rudy Gobert having a man sealed and Karl Anthony Towns passing him the ball. A lot of the times, Rudy Gobert has awful hands.
Yeah.
He might bumble it. He might turn it over. But I think a lot of the times it's more about keeping that big fella engaged enough. And
I can't
Shaq
agree more.
and Charles Barkley have both said on Inside the NBA that they've purposely got 3 seconds before because they didn't touch the ball when they had a favorable matchup.
Yep.
But obviously Rudy Gobert's not those fucking dominant
That's my only
players.
argument. The only argument is, number one, he's not in the wrong for winning the ball because that was an immaculate seal. And I think when he does that, you do have to give him the ball because, number one, it's an easy bucket. And number two, we all know he's not doing that shit too many times. So when he does do it, you want to give
It's
him
like
the
2
ball
to 3
more.
times a game max.
But on the same time, that's damn sure not his first time being looked and waved off. Won't be the last.
Definitely won't be the last.
And the next time you do get one, you're going to have to score the basketball because that's sometimes what is in people's head. Now, should that be it? No. Tyus Jones will get you that ball every time. Julius Randle is going to remember when you missed that damn dunk or didn't finish. I'm just being honest. He's going to remember that. Same with Anthony Edwards. And at the end of the day, you got to make sure that you're winning games because y'all ain't off to the greatest start. This don't look like the same team as last year. Dante DiVincenzo still hasn't really worked his way into
I
last
think they
season
trade
form.
him after more
Yeah.
rumors coming out.
I do like,
I think it's a possibility.
I mean, I am excited with the way Anthony Edwards is playing, but I do question like how serious his team is now. Like last year, they were a team that was in the conference finals. They were right there. And then now this team doesn't even look like a team that you could take serious out west.
It looks like the first year of Karl Anthony Towns and Rudy Gobert.
Yeah.
How clunky it was, it looks just as clunky and even less space.
Yeah. And unfortunately, Julius Randle just isn't the shooter of Cat.
This season, he been knocking that bitch down. He's
Yeah,
not
but-
trusted like Cat. That's guarded like Cat.
He's definitely not Cat.
You know, Julius is a streaky shooter. He can really get it going.
But it's definitely been weird because last year they didn't lose to bad teams. This year they've lost a lot to bad teams.
This team is completely different, though. I think the Mike Conley situation, Rob Dillingham doesn't play.
And when he did, he got injured.
Dante DiVincenzo is just shooting like we thought he would from New York. You have to work in Julius Randle. He's a great player, but
He needs
he's
the
a-
ball. He
yeah.
needs the ball more than Cat does.
He's not only
To be
a
a
a
player.
lot more.
He's
He
not only a
does.
player. I
lot
think
more.
he's also a strong personality.
I think Julius Randle's a good guy.
No, I'm not saying he's a bad person. I'm just saying he probably has a strong personality. He's
I-
very
I don't-
emotional.
I don't think so.
He wears his emotions on his shoulder.
I think a strong personality is like Anthony Edwards.
I think
How many
Julius
moments-
Randle has a strong
how many-
personality.
Say what?
I think Julius Randle has a strong
I think
personality.
he got shitty body language.
Yeah,
I think he
that's
has
the
shitty
more,
body
that's more sort
language.
of personality.
But like,
thing.
how many personality moments do you have from Julius Randle off the top
I
of
think
your
it's
brain?
more so just like the body language, and you could tell when he's not engaged, or he's pissed off, or he's not happy. Like the last possession in that game, he had a
And he stormed off.
Here, bro, damn. That,
Yeah.
that was literally, and he threw a bullet at him,
Yeah.
and knowing he wasn't gonna
That
be able to
pass
catch
wasn't
that.
even good, bro. I can't even fall ready for that one.
And that right there is body language, and you could tell that was part of his personality. Like he was pissed off.
Oh yeah. When you said big personality, I thought of it in a whole totally different way. There are certain guys that when they get traded or moved, you automatically think about them coexisting in the locker room. When we saw that Julius Randle trade, that didn't come up at all. We all talked about on the floor.
Yeah.
When you talk about Jimmy Butler going somewhere, you automatically, it's like, who's in that locker room? How is Jimmy Butler going to fit in? Is he going to rub anybody wrong? That's a big personality. I don't look at Julius Randle that way.
Well, right now
Julius
he is.
Randle a moper in a body? That's nothing new.
Yeah.
If you watched any Knick game or knew a Knick fan, none of that is new.
Well, as of
None of
right
that
now,
is
you
new.
could definitely tell that he's rubbing their defensive player of the year the wrong way.
Well, that defensive player of the year has been rubbed the long way by a lot of players. He had an incident with Kyle Anderson where they fucking pushed each other and all that shit. D'Angelo Russell was damn near degrading him, they were saying. Now you got him. I mean, like,
He's
so-
34 and still doesn't do anything offensively that's positive. Oh, 32, I'm
Do
sorry.
you remember they had
He's
that
a great
stat,
screen setter.
that stat where like, it was like Donovan Mitchell never passes Rudy Gobert the
Yes.
ball?
Oh, yeah. But
Yeah.
then the next year, Donovan Mitchell was passing on the
It's
ball.
because you saw the stat.
And then Anthony Edwards also went through the same thing where
Was
he was
not
like,
passing
was
his
not
ass the
passing the
ball.
ball. And then next season, Anthony Edwards was passing on the ball. I don't know. Maybe, unfortunately, he probably won't get another Julius
if you
Randle,
walk me,
Gobert year.
if you walk me into the room and tell me to pass on the ball, I'm going to tell you stop fucking talking to me. If I'm not Anthony Edwards.
Yeah.
But if I was Anthony Edwards or Donovan Mitchell, I'm going to get him the ball when I feel like I need to.
It's funny to see Anthony Edwards in that clip
Going crazy.
come
Going
into
crazy.
frame like,
What
what
are
the
you
fuck
doing?
are you doing,
Yeah.
bro?
That looked like me in Pro-Am when my team be messing up.
That's the face you make. It's like what it is. Like what the fuck?
And the
In a
fact that
close
they
game.
lost is awful, though.
And because of what their record is, what is it, 9-7, 8-7?
Something like that, yeah.
They're one of those teams now when you get to the end of the year and it's like, oh man, they was a game away from this or that. That is the type of shit that pops up.
Yeah.
A lot of them Western Conference teams, I think we're going to look at the end of the year. I hope so, because if not, that means somebody got hurt. But I think we're going to look up and there's a game away, half a game, 2 games, and you're going to look back and be like, damn.
Yeah. They're 8-7. They're one game away from being in the play-in, essentially, with the Spurs. I mean, out of the play-in, depending on how the Spurs do. So they're the 10th seed, man. This is scary because they were a team that was like a for sure top 3 seed.
Mm-hmm.
And now they're pretty much in the play-in. They're the last team in the play-in.
Next one, Luka Doncic out for at least a week.
They look good.
I think it's a blessing in disguise, man.
I'm,
Yeah,
I'm not. I was about to say they
yeah,
look good
I was
without
thinking-
them.
Yeah, trade him away. Trade him.
I was gonna say, I feel like the defense is gonna be just different without having Luka on the court.
And you
know,
can tell the players are playing with a lot of more freedom and confidence. PJ Washington's been amazing. Najee Marshall's
Quentin
been amazing.
Grimes.
I mean,
Quentin Grimes
PJ
been-
Washington being healthy changes so much. You saw
Yeah.
that last night where he had big free throws, big stops.
Yes.
They're lively at the 2 big blocks down the
Yes,
stretch,
he
which is
did.
amazing. And then PJ just took it to the basket a couple times at the end of this game to just ice it, which was pretty dope.
Yeah, because they had Jamal Murray on.
Who just, oh man, Jamal.
I don't know what to do with
On
Jamal.
both sides, he just
Yeah.
looks
He
disgusting.
said, I don't know what to do with Jamal.
And it's not even just that he looks bad right now. It's they extended him. He's going to be making 50 M's annually.
Yeah. Shout out to his agent.
Seriously. And shout out to Jokic.
it must be
Let me
nice.
ask you this question. Sweat equity. Even if he had some similar season like this, you think they wasn't going to pay him? Sweat equity. Remember that.
So you saying essentially
They
if-
was going to be fucked regardless is what I'm saying.
Yeah. Because if he was having this season last year, you're saying they still would have paid him $50 million.
I think he said, 2 good games this year? And
Yeah.
I think they're 2-0 when he scores over 20.
The biggest
The
thing
problem is he don't score over 20.
the biggest thing for them is this. They're going to have Nikola Jokic always.
Mm-hmm.
Even with Jamal Murray playing this way, even after that gruesome start where we all was overreacting, they're solid. They still look
Yeah,
really
they
good and
look-
encouraging.
Shout out to
Okay.
Russell Westbrook, who has
For sure.
turned it around.
But all of this, the whole season is going to be about what Jokic is doing for them.
Yeah.
If Jamal Murray goes into the playoffs and they win a series because Jamal Murray is playing some good basketball, hitting a game-winning shot against the Lakers, that's what they're going to be looking for. So, again, do I think he would be – am I trying to say him having the same exact year right now as last year for a whole year? No, but it's hard to expect him to be just completely nothing. But it's the fact that he won a championship, he fits with the main player. I mean, and if he's playing this bad, where do you even go? You can't trade him.
Yeah.
And you're probably going to run it back and say he's not going to have 2 years like that in a row. So I think regardless, they was going to be paying this dude close to $50 million.
Yeah.
Say, okay, you don't pay him $50 million. What is it, 45?
You're gonna pay him a hefty amount.
Yeah.
But back to the Mavericks, Luka just wasn't like the Luka that we're accustomed to. So it's different. Like, I think what was holding him back was the knee stuff.
Now
He's
he
out
has
with a wrist.
injury.
So it just gives them an opportunity and him an opportunity to kind of get well, and they're playing good basketball without him right now.
I keep seeing him with his shirt off in some old picture, and they're like, "What happened to this Luka?" And he's like throwing a shirt. You be seeing that?
Yeah, but he obviously doesn't look like he's in complete shape. But I think a lot of his game is catered to him having a bigger body.
Yeah, no, 100%.
So
100%.
I loved it when he was a rookie and he dunked 12 times and he don't dunk no more. But I genuinely do believe this extra weight that he's carrying is beneficial to his game.
Mm-hmm.
But I think there's a better way he can carry it in a way.
I thought
would agree with that.
last year he carried it very well because like he came into the season in shape, and I don't know if he essentially did that this season. Like I don't know, last year for the first time ever we saw like off-season workouts from Luka where he was like running upstairs and stuff and like coming like he finna be the MVP of the league.
Was he the one that did the little reaction time drill on Instagram? And people was like, "That ain't it, Luka. Don't be posting these videos."
Where he was doing it with Steph Curry.
I
I think that was a young.
I seen the Rockets
younger.
just did that like a couple days ago.
But it was like him doing stuff, and it's like his ass looks so slow. Just turn off the reaction time.
You know who's the best Rocket?
Jalen Green?
No,
Who?
he's actually got one.
I didn't know what you're talking about.
The best Rocket who did the reaction drill.
Jalen Green and
the catching thing.
Oh, it
Yeah.
was Aaron Holiday.
It was Aaron Holiday who got it.
How
So
well do y'all think y'all would do on that?
If Amin Thompson got 1, who am I to say I'm finna get 7?
Yeah.
It don't look that tough.
It did.
Like usually, I would agree with you, but this is the one thing where I feel like I could get more than one.
But you know what point Amin or somebody made?
They're
they
shorter
said,
people?
yeah, Reed Shepherd. It was like Reed Shepherd gonna do good. He's shorter. He's close to the ground.
Mm.
So you absolutely right. Aaron Gordon
Set
and
the
Reed
world
Shepherd
record, baby.
Led them. So yeah, you might go get
Aaron Holiday. You say Aaron Gordon.
Aaron Holiday. I'm sorry.
Next thing we kind of talked about this with Shams. Franz Wagner gave y'all ass to work the other night.
Bro.
And gamed you.
Yeah, I fell asleep on that game. I felt so bad about
because we was
falling asleep.
talking about it the next morning because we had like to do something super early, but we all went to bed late and the game was late. So like I fell asleep on the last couple possessions and I honestly thought we was gonna win because the last couple of things I seen was like LeBron. Or I was looking on my phone and I see LeBron. He had the big rebound. He tossed it up to Anthony Davis for the big jam. I seen Anthony Davis doing his thing, and then I fell asleep. And then the next morning I woke up to Franz gaming us for 3, and I'm just like, "There's no way."
You talking about top 3 MVP?
You talking about Anthony Davis?
Franz.
Top 3
Top
MVP?
3 MVP.
And Davis
He's
missed those
something like
free
that
throws,
since
man.
Paulo went down.
Because you ain't have him on your list.
Anthony Davis.
He
looked
forgot
so
that we
hurt.
did the awards already. He ain't have no idea what I was talking about. Anthony Davis said what?
He looked so hurt that he missed all those free throws late in that game.
What was it? The last 2 he missed, right?
Yeah.
Last 2 or 3, yeah, he was so you
Just
could
if he
tell
would have just gave
it
us
hurt him.
one
Yes.
out of those last 2 would have helped. But I don't know why Anthony Davis has been really like bad at like late minute or last minute free throws for us the last couple of seasons.
I mean, it's a lot of pressure on those late game free throws,
Yeah.
man. You see the best free throws ever, some free throw shooters ever.
I expected to do better than Ron Holland did.
Oh,
No, that's a fact, though.
Ron Holland almost airballed both of those.
You saw his fucking teeth shattering at the line.
Right, it's a real thing when you're like when it's big free throws coming up and somebody's walking to the line. You could be like, I swear, all of us be like, he nervous, he gonna miss at least one. Like you could tell when
BJ
somebody.
Washington shot something the other day. I was like, his body language say these cash.
Yeah.
And them motherfuckers went. And
I
I
ain't
was like,
gonna lie, bro.
yeah,
Hey.
BJ, I could tell.
Same thing with Kyrie. I was thinking about
Yes.
that too because Denver scored another basket.
Yes, they did.
And you knew they were going to foul. And I was thinking, if I was Kyrie Irving, I do not want that ball. But Kyrie broke off his man, got
Yes.
the ball. He walked down
He
there and
wanted the
knocked
free
him
throws.
down.
Yeah.
He
He's
one
like a
of the best free
90-some%.
throws,
Yeah.
yeah.
If it was one person on the court, I trusted to shoot
It's
those free throws.
Kyrie
It's
Irving.
Kyrie
But
Irving.
yeah,
100%.
the pressure is insane.
Lastly, or maybe not lastly, last time we talked, we were gearing our way up for Cavs versus Celtics. That game ended up being pretty damn good. I know the Celtics had the lead for majority of it, but the Cavs had their own little run in it.
Donovan Mitchell and Tatum going back and forth.
It was a classic, honestly, man. I thought it gave us everything we could have wanted. Obviously, the Cavs are no longer undefeated. They're 16-1 now. But it was cool to see the Boston Celtics get up for that game because I didn't really know what their mindset would be for something like this.
They came out aggressive.
Yes, they did.
I like the fact that like they were Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. They were getting to the paint and they were taking advantage of the smaller defenders and stuff like that Because like my biggest gripe with them this season is literally to just sometimes take too many threes.
Mm-hmm.
But when they really want to, they'll just put their head down and they'll get the easy ones too. And I think that's what kind of like just makes them unstoppable.
I looked at this as kind of like a good loss for the Cavs, man.
Yeah, that's exactly how
They
I
didn't
looked
have
at it,
any
too.
wings on their team. It was
Yeah.
Sam Merrill trying to guard fucking Jaylen Brown. What are you supposed to do about that?
And then Darius Garland had his worst game of the season.
Yes,
And
and
unfortunately-
that made me so
He
sad.
couldn't buy one. He,
Oh,
couldn't, he
yeah.
couldn't say, hey, he go $50, Wilson. Go in. He just couldn't.
And you know what was
He
crazy?
was trying,
I
though.
didn't even feel like I thought he was just missing. Like
Mhm.
sometimes he was just getting
Al
overlooked.
Horford was in that
Yes.
chair too, though.
Yeah, true.
He called him a couple times with like a
I feel you.
chase
I
down.
saw some looks where
Some
I'm
looks
like,
and
that's
bunnies.
there you go.
Bunnies.
Yeah.
His first
Boom.
shot was a coming off the pick and roll, open mid-range jumper, doink, and I was like, that's a shot he normally makes.
Yeah.
So
And they
like,
don't get a ton of nationally televised games, so even though they were 15-1, some people really hadn't seen them at all.
Yeah.
So they don't know how good DG been. So for him to have that stinker on TV, I was a little sad about
That's
that.
his problem. That ain't yours.
But
No, I'm
Donovan
just
Mitchell
playing.
made up. Donovan Mitchell made up for it though.
Yeah.
If there's one thing about
Mitchell been great.
Donovan,
He
he
gonna
knows
get
when
up.
to, he knows when to take it to another gear.
I think
Don-Don?
Tatum started
Yeah.
off with 5 for 5 from three.
Yes.
He was dominant. He finished with 33, 12, and 7. And then they went to the White House like 2 days later, which was pretty cool, I guess.
You were supposed to be there telling them
I'm
congratulations
actually-
on breaking the streak.
Everything I've heard about it, I'm happy I didn't end up going.
Why they were serving fried chicken?
It was outside, and apparently it was really cold. I thought they was gonna be inside the White House. That was
Yeah.
like the whole allure to me. And they said the actual ceremony was really short. So I would have gone there thinking it was about to be here for 2-3 hours. I've been there for 22 minutes.
It was crazy watching that clip of Biden being like, y'all the Celtics, right?
He damn near said Bulls.
He
Yeah.
did.
That is so crazy that that's who's running our country.
Yeah.
A man who
Probably the last time he watched basketball, Michael Jordan.
What's crazy? Him running the country? Never mind.
You know, he was he said something in his speech. He talked about the Celtics having the highest points per possession in history. Why the fuck is the president talking about advanced analytics, man?
Somebody wrote that.
yeah,
No, for sure.
he definitely had that.
We can't just say Biden is a ball knower.
AI made it.
Nah.
AI typed the stuff for him.
Yeah. So that's all I had as far as news, other than Dawn Connect having a career night a couple nights before Franz Wagner gamed y'all last.
Tell
That
us
was
the
pretty
trades
fun.
you cooked up, Mike.
He trying to put me on the spot because I pulled a Lou Williams.
I'll go first.
Yeah,
then.
give us a trade, Darrick.
So
By the way,
Why is my
we
phone
all
not
cooked up some
clicking?
trades. Some hypotheticals. It was
Yeah.
very
Yeah,
tough
yeah.
for me, man. It was so tough.
I tried. I tried doing some trades with the Bucks. It was so hard.
Second apron teams are tough,
Yeah,
man.
and then I did one, and it was like you need to remove 365,000 from the Bucks incoming.
Why you just sound like Rick Ross when you said that?
And I'm-
365.
And I'm like, damn, I'm that close. How do I get 300? What do I just get 365,000?
Can't. You can't aggregate.
Yeah, but one trade I did come up with. The Lakers get aggressive and they fully buy in. I get them Cam Johnson. They send out D'Lo. They give the Nets 2 young promising talents in Jalen Hood-Schifino and Maxwell Lewis. They could probably go there, develop whatever they want to do.
Promising, huh?
I don't think they're giving up Maxwell Lewis.
And
You don't
then
think
I was just
I'm
talking.
about to say,
A tw- a
I've been
22
wanting Maxwell Lewis to
a
get some minutes for the
2029
last
first
for a
round pick,
minute.
and that helps you keep your cap flexibility because D'Lo is an expiring deal. You can just let D'Lo walk.
How about I add on top of your trade?
What
Is
you
it
add
Claxton
to
in
it?
You
there?
love adding on
'Cause
top.
I do.
Is it
Because they get
Claxton?
DFS too.
Oh,
Oh.
okay. We'll take DFS.
Get the 2 wings.
And how does that money? That I don't know how you add.
Sorry, Gabe Vincent.
Oh, you throw
Your
in Gabe
2
Vincent?
year,
Okay.
11 million.
Okay.
But also, Mike, that maybe you could push back on this. Sorry, Rui Hachimura.
Oh, Rui has to be in the deal too.
you get Cam Johnson and Dorian Finney-Smith.
Dorian Finney-Smith.
Keep Rui.
I
I like Rui and Cam.
really liked Rui this season. I wouldn't be mad. I wouldn't say that I liked him far enough that he's immovable. So
Oh,
he
hell
good.
no. It's just that
I mean, Dorian
going.
Finney-Smith defensively can take some of the assignments he does in terms of like he's got like strength to his body and stuff like that. But he's probably more willing to shoot that 3 ball than Rui.
all the Nets saying, yeah. Gabe
In
Vincent.
my hypothetical, they get 1 first for each player. I've been seeing Nets fans saying how good Cam is right now. They want
keep him.
2 for him by himself.
Which first rounder was it from the Lakers?
So I got 2029.
I got 2029, 2031. So,
So
those 2.
yeah, if I'm in the Nets, I'm like hell yeah. Those 2 picks where LeBron will
Post
be on the team.
LeBron, yeah.
Yeah,
So I think the
good.
question now, and not just for the Lakers, but any team that's really buying in, and like especially with all the restrictions and the cap and everything like that, you got to look at the moves and be like, is this the move that's going to get us over the hump. And like just off top, Cam Johnson and Dorian Finney-Smith, they don't really sound like needle movers, but it definitely sounds like we're a better team after that.
Right.
I think they're needle movers for y'all. I think they come in and they go to a immediate role, and I think Cam Johnson has developed his game significantly to where I think he could fit well next to AD and LeBron. So I think this is a good deal for y'all.
I had a deal for y'all as well.
The Lakers just got all the like
We
small,
got like
sized
15,
contracts.
20
I was
mil, $10
very
million
hesitant
contract.
on what picks to use, so I'll let y'all help decide that. But the outline of it is y'all are giving up D'Angelo Russell,
Seems to be the consensus.
Max Christie,
Oh no.
Jalen Hood-Schifino, and whatever pick you want to give. Which one you want to give up, Mike?
2029. Yeah, that's fine.
That boy could not care less about that first round
Yeah, I
pick.
was going to say.
Y'all get back Anthony Simons.
Oh, I have a trade where they get Jeremy Grant.
Damn, the Lakers just got everybody.
Because that D-Lo contract make everything so much easier.
Anthony Simon scares because he just feels like it might not be this first year that he's going to be like ready for playoffs.
But that's why you're paying for that next year, true.
But I also think
Oh,
about
for
it.
the playoffs, I think he'd be all right.
I think about what y'all are lacking, and I really do think it's like size on the wings and defenders.
Yeah.
That's
The
why,
offense is top 5 right now.
that's why I do like the Portland, and I did like a real quick mock one before we started up, but it was just literally, it was D'Angelo Russell, Jared Vanderbilt, and one of our first year picks for Robert Williams and Jeremy Grant.
Oh, you can get both of those for that?
Robert Williams making like $10 million.
Robert was just
And
10,
it's
and
like
then
12.
Jeremy is.
Well, it's around
20.
like 40-ish
I
million.
think Jeremy's at 29.
Yeah.
Mhm. And we have money to match it. It's really if they want the draft capital with it.
And if I'm
Which
Portland,
they do.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, especially if it's a couple years out and you talk about LeBron might
But
not
who
be
was
there.
attached
Those
to?
picks could be really valuable.
Who are they getting back?
They get D'Lo and Jared Vanderbilt.
Oh, they want that pick.
Yeah,
they
yeah,
not have
100%.
Jared Vanderbilt for 4 years.
They probably want 2 picks to take on that.
Because you probably could get 2 picks if you separate those two. If I send Jeremy Grant here, I'll get a pick. If I send Robert Williams here, I might can get a pick.
There are a few players on the market like Robert Williams that I do question, like, is his value a true first? We know what the talent is, but it's just like he ain't really been
I was
playing
gonna say,
over the
I
last
feel
4
that way
years.
the
about
first
Jeremy
one more
Grant
so
because
for
you're
Jeremy
taking on
Grant.
those years. You're taking on a big salary. So it's like, I'm doing you a favor too. Now, I'm getting his talent for sure, but shit, you ain't heartbroken that you're getting rid of
And
his
that
contract.
Jared Vanderbilt contract is obviously you don't want these players like D'Lo's on a expiring, and then Jared Vanderbilt is at least significantly lower than Jeremy Grant's
Absolutely,
contract.
yeah. I had a trade for Robert Williams as well. He ain't going to the damn Lakers though.
I tried to get him to Denver.
I hope
Second
we
apron,
end
man.
up getting another big
Robert
this season, I'm
Williams
not gonna lie.
Yeah.
and Chris Murray go to the Kings for. Oh wait, I messed this trade up. I'm sorry.
So the twins get to play together? Or is one of the twins in the trade? They can
Nah.
trade for each other.
No, it was like Trey Lyles and some
Okay.
second round picks and something.
Robert Williams is going to be one of the hottest commodities, though.
Oh, for sure.
Because the contract is so small, you can convince yourself that, hey, even if we trade for him and he does get injured, it's not that bad. It's just a matter of, do you give up? How much future capital do you give up for him? Is it as a unprotected? Is it a lottery first? Is it multiple seconds? I guess nobody will know until it actually happens.
Yeah, I know. It's hard for me to see. Marcus Smart, Jake LaRavia, and a 2025 first round pick, lottery protected, goes to Portland for Jeremy Grant. Get them some more size.
I like Jake LaRavia.
I do.
I do.
That's
really
why I
do
know
with
that
Memphis.
the Blazers are
The
going to
Blazers will
want.
be interested in.
They're
Yeah.
going to want something.
The
'Cause-
Marcus Smart thing, we saw the same rumors that he might potentially be up for a deal. And I kind of hate that he might spend the last couple portions of his career like on this team, then that team, and this team, and that team. He just felt like a Celtic lifer.
He
He
really
did.
did.
He did, yeah.
He really did.
He really did.
So it was very hard to draw up these trades though, because we such in a time where, again, like I was telling Shams, it's so many teams can make a move, so many teams can be buying the pick shit. Like, who's worth a first round pick? A lot of the trades I did, I was hesitant with the first round picks.
Same.
Yeah.
I was 2 seconds here, 2 seconds there.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, I feel like in recent, a lot of teams have just been like, here, take a buttload of seconds instead of us giving you this first, and teams have been like, hey, we'll
take 5 seconds
We'll take
and
5.
turn it
For
into
Jay Crowder.
and take
Yeah.
it into and turn it into a late first round pick on draft night when that team is like, oh, I don't really want to bring on a first round contract. It's like, here's 3 future first picks, and let me get that 27th pick.
I just made a trade right now.
Oh,
I
hooping.
sent,
hey! On a scale of 1 to 10, what level you think this is?
This is a 2.
Okay.
Anything you
Damn.
cook up in 2 minutes is not going to
He
be
don't
good.
believe in you. What you think, Mike?
I give it a 5. I think he cooking something up in that bald head over there.
I'll send Kyle Kuzma to the Miami Heat.
Ooh.
Oh no, brother.
Ooh, I'm interested to see how this worked though.
Terry Rozier went back to the fucking Wizards.
No, Duncan Robinson, Josh Richardson, and then Pelly Larson.
Oh,
Yeah.
They gonna keep Pelly Larson.
oh,
boy.
they not
And
trading
then
that brother
a
away.
lot-
They
lottery
like
protected.
Arizona. They like Arizona, man.
First round pick from 2030.
I just don't know what that does.
My point is Kyle Kuzma today for you a first round pick worthy guy that you're trading for. I don't think so. If I'm Miami.
Not if I'm the Heat. Yeah,
I don't think so.
maybe
if I'm Miami.
to some teams. I don't think Miami.
But give me the team because I'm not saying.
I said maybe.
I tried to get him to the Bucks, but I was 365,000
You
short.
can't.
And
The Bucks cannot make trades. It's somehow we just can't figure it out.
What did you even put in the trade?
It was Bobby Portis. And,
They don't
something.
want.
But you, I don't. They your second Apron team, yeah.
Yeah.
So they can't aggregate anything anyway. So you can't say Bobby Portis because it has to be Bobby Portis 4.
Oh, that's okay.
That's
Yeah,
the
it's
crazy
one on
part.
one.
But I
One
think
for one.
FanSport tells you that. And they told me when I had a second April tier.
Okay.
I tried my very hardest to get somebody that is athletic in the door in Philadelphia. It's really tough, man.
They go Embiid, Paul George, Maxey, and then there's no money. Nobody's making nothing.
They do have Caleb Martin at 8. It's nothing about Caleb Martin game to make me think that he couldn't get traded at the deadline this year. They got Kelly Oubre at 8.9. He's a good player. They also got Kenyon Martin Jr. at 8.9, which they strategically gave him that contract to trade him.
Yeah.
We all know he won't worth $8 million when they gave it to him. So you aggregate, because they're not second apron, you aggregate Caleb Martin and Kenyon Martin. Oh my God, that just threw me off.
AJ.
It is Kenyon Martin.
Right. You could get up to like $16 million to potentially $18 million coming back, but it's like
Who want that?
they do have 3 tradable first rounders though.
I want that.
So the players that are around this range in contract, and I'm not saying these are the guys that I thought
Haven't
about,
heard her.
but you have Bojan Bogdanovic, Keldon Johnson, D'Angelo Russell, Colin Sexton, who I tried to get to the Orlando Magic, Josh Hart, Yusuf Nurkic, Patrick
What would you
Williams.
bring up Josh Hart for?
I'm just naming players that are
Don't
in this.
do that. Well, skip over his name.
Josh Hart.
Ain't no way that trade now.
Hey, come on, man.
Well, I'm not saying that these. I'm
I
just
know.
saying the people that are
I don't
making
even
$18 million.
I don't even want you to put it in the air, damn it.
But
Who are the first 2 names again?
Keldon Johnson.
Keldon Johnson, D'Angelo Russell were the first 2 names I mentioned, and Bojan Bogdanovic.
Yeah.
Keldon Johnson
I mean,
would be
just
nice.
all of them.
Bro, the way he's been playing,
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. I went to his name like, man, I got to put bro on the team. And I'm like, actually, I don't know, man. They might say I want a first round pick. And the way he's
Yeah.
been playing, he wouldn't be wrong.
No, yeah. Right now, his value is really high.
Yeah.
Dorian Finney-Smith was a guy I mocked to the 76ers. For those
I mean,
2
that would
guys that I
help.
mentioned, can make that happen pretty easily. It's just a matter of
Yeah, we had
is he worth the 14-9?
Pretty
Yeah.
impressive that they have 3 max deals and they're not in the second apron.
Yeah.
So that's what they front office.
Also tried to get them another center because Drummond ass sucks. He just sucked this year.
A lot better on paper. He missed a dunk last night. Got a
Yes,
second
I
redemption,
seen
though. He got
that.
the
I
lob.
seen that.
I was like, bro, you lucky you got a chance.
I was about to
redeem
low key record it and put it in. I just like recording the little funny memes or like funny clips and putting in chat. But yeah, I seen that. I'm like, bro, weren't you wide open?
He's definitely a better in theory player.
this. Yeah.
He was good with the Bulls.
In theory.
for what it's worth, yeah. It's not like we were playing for nothing though. I got another one, and the Warriors said that they're probably going to move on from DeAnthony Melton after he's done with his injury. He's $12.8 million this year. And I'm looking at the Warriors and trying to figure out what exactly should they be looking for. And I'm adding more size to their rotation.
Holy shit. Snap, crackle, and pop. Look at him.
Is your turn?
No, he doing it the right way. I want you to take notes.
Or just a little sip at a time instead of down?
Or if when you're done,
It just, I put some air in it so then it like expanded. So
put some air in it. Okay.
Wow.
Um,
you put some air in it and it
expand
expanded.
it, yeah.
That is nasty
Y'all
work,
crazy.
bro.
I got Larry Nance
Larry Nance.
from
That
the
is
Atlanta
nasty
Hawks.
work.
Wow. Why would they? Oh,
Because
did
he's
they
on
get
last year-
Kuminga?
He's on the last year of his deal.
Kuminga, what?
He just saying he trading them to somebody. We don't know who he trading to.
Larry Nance to the Golden State Warriors for DeAnthony Melton in 2 seconds.
Oh, you did say DeAnthony Melton.
Yeah.
I like that.
They doing that
I
way.
wasn't mad.
I ain't know you still on the Warriors.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be mad at that deal.
Because it's either they do small deals like that or they try to go all in. But as of today, we don't know what the all-in players could potentially be.
Larry Nance in that
He said
offense.
Jonathan Kuminga. Now I see why you said Jonathan
Yeah.
Kuminga. What?
But
Larry
no,
Nance has been great this
I
season.
think
man.
he's. I
Yeah.
think he is again a guy that like is going to get traded.
and
Caleb Martin type guy.
Him in
like-
that offense with his athleticism and his ability now this year, he's shooting the 3-ball pretty good.
Mhm.
So
But is he too much similar to Trace Jackson Davis?
I don't think that would be a bad problem, though.
no, I think
Yes,
those
the
two
extra, because I was gonna say he's gonna play the 5, right? Because
Yeah,
like,
mostly play him at 5. Yeah.
because Draymond's pretty much a lock at the 4.
What's gonna happen with Kevon Looney? They don't try to do anything with the last year of his contract. He got a nice little $8 million salary.
He's he's Nick Collison 2.0.
and honestly, when they're in the playoffs, he's a different type of monster because he gets every rebound.
12 offensive somehow.
He can play about 20 minutes and get you about 6 to 7 offensive rebounds.
Yeah, they probably gonna give him a nice little friendly extension. He's probably gonna take it.
Do y'all want me to read some of these Bleacher Report trades?
Oh
yeah. Is that
Because
who's
that was-
Zach Buckley?
I'm about to find them one more
because
time.
They
trades be a little wild sometimes.
They do.
It is Zach Buckley.
They'll be the ones that put Josh Hart in some shit.
Y'all just tell me yes or no. Does it make sense for
Let
this
me do
side?
my
that side?
last trade.
Okay, go ahead.
The Knicks get Amin Thompson and Tariq. Nah, just sorry.
Them boys gonna play 50 minutes.
For real.
Off the bench, too.
The first trade is Zach LaVine to the Denver Nuggets for MPJ and Zeke Naji.
Nah, I'm not. No, if I'm the Nuggets, I'm not trading Zach for MPJ.
I think the way you look at it is you get an actual, like, another creator aside, like, Jamal Murray.
But
That's
think
why I wanted the
MPJ
Lakers to get Simons, because the Lakers, they doing good right now. The playoffs, you're gonna need shot creation. But go ahead.
But for the Nuggets standpoint, Zach LaVine ain't being a 6'10" sniper.
He could be the 2 guard.
He's 6'7" sniper, yeah.
6'7"?
6'6", 6'7" sniper, yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
I
how
feel like
tall
he might
is.
honestly be 6'5", KB.
He might be.
I think he's closer
Yeah.
to 6'5" than 6'7". But he jumps out the gym.
But I
6'8"
want.
when he jumps.
I wouldn't necessarily look at like he's a replacement for MPJ. I would think about like he's a different type of. He brings something different than MPJ than just being a like spot up shooter.
That's probably why I don't like it, though.
Yeah,
It's because I think that their offense has so much of a like identity, and maybe that identity is kind of worn out at this point. That incorporating Zach is not going to be MPJ. Just sit, catch, and shoot. Zach
not,
wants to
but
do more.
I look at,
That 2-man game between him and Jokic might be nasty too.
but I look at like well, the reason why Jamal has been so effective is because he could play within that offense, but then he was also able to get his own shot. I think Russell's been doing a good job too. Is like he's just able to touch the paint, you know, and that's just another a guy besides like Jokic creating offense. And I think that's what Zach LaVine will be able to bring, just a different look, you know.
Yeah, I don't think it does anything much for
Beneficial.
the team.
Yeah. They probably have the same chance with MPJ as they do with Zach LaVine, honestly.
Zach LaVine's probably a better ceiling raiser, but his floor is a lot lower than his add to the Denver Nuggets, in my opinion. Because Zach
That's a fair
LaVine
point.
could shoot 50% from 3 for.
He could average 30 in a series.
He could. All right, trade number 2. It's the Cam Thomas trade, Darrick. As a resident Cam Thomas super fan, you let me know what you think about him going
Let's get
to
it.
the Orlando Magic
Oh,
The Orlando Magic.
for Jet Howard and a 2028 first-round pick.
I like it for him. He gets to go play for a team that's legitimately good. It'll be interesting to see him play with. He would now fall to like the third option there, so it would be interesting to see him in that light. And his defense really wouldn't be an issue because I think they're so good defensively that I think he will still be able to coexist within that
Do you
team.
bring him
and
off
not
the
hurt
bench with that team?
Yeah.
yeah.
I think
yeah.
at his full value, I think he's best as a scorer off the bench because, I mean, you want him to shoot the ball when he's on the court, but it's just like we have Paolo and Franz doing their thing. Like, I
mean,
would see him.
That's what I thought like the first few years because I didn't know how, but then he consistently keeps doing this. So then it's like, what is he like? Is he a 6-man or is he
I don't
really a
know.
starting shooting guard?
I don't know if we'll ever really know. I don't know if we'll ever really know.
I don't know if we'll ever really know. I don't care to find out with the Magic. This type of shots he likes, the type of shots he takes, I don't like it with the Magic. So I would prefer them not to do
I mean, today perspective, like, Jet Howard really hasn't touched the floor at all. And then
No, it ain't about what you're giving up. It's just
Yeah.
about
If
you're gonna pay him though.
I
Yeah.
think if the Orlando Magic want to go get a bucket like that, they want somebody with a higher 3-point frequency.
I would agree.
They're dead last in 3-pointers. I don't know who that is. Is that Anthony
Yeah.
Simons? Is that Zach LaVine? I don't know. I mean, the contracts make everything kind of jumbled, but the have to pay him point is a big one. Nobody knows what his market is going to look like. right? And I think that's part of the reason why he could potentially be on the move. Do you want to be the team paying Cam $30 million? Or is that even realistic to think he gets 30? Does his age and be like, Jalen Green got this, we want a deal similar? I have no idea. He can fucking ball, but somehow he's still a guy that's like a gray spot in my mind when I think about what he can really do when it matters.
My only hope is that the Nets don't overthink it, because we are getting into the spot where like we have so much data and research, and we can figure out who is who, so where we don't make mistakes of overpaying guys when the writing is on the wall. But again, this dude has been a bucket everywhere he's gone. He is a scorer. We don't need to no more research about how much of that is true. It's just about how much. Where do you fit that into a team that's competing? And when you have Franz, you have Paolo. That's where I kind of get murky. But for the Nets who don't have shit, don't think that y'all are like somewhere y'all not. Y'all are gonna have money. We'll see what pick y'all end up with. But don't start thinking you might not need Cam Thomas. You make a build some shit that features him. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Somebody stepped in my
This
banana.
is just
Shams probably.
this is my mind giving him a number. I would say about 25.
25 M's.
That's what
And
Anthony
then-
Simons is currently making.
And I would say they're
And-
pretty much
But
around
Anthony
the same.
Simons signed his, 2 years ago?
A few years ago.
I'm also looking at, and I'm not comparing these players at all. I'm just thinking about like the molds of the player they are. But like Norman Powell this season is averaging about like a hella amount of points, but we kind of know it's gray areas with his game that he's not no superstar or all-star player. Like he is a professional scorer. I think Cam Thomas is a better player than Norman Powell, but it's
I
like,
do too.
But I think
You
what
know what I'm
makes
saying?
Cam
Like-
Thomas so different that he's 23, 22
yeah,
years old.
yeah, that's
so
the
like
age difference.
that's
He could in theory,
there's
keep getting
He-
better.
he
there's-
keep getting better.
There's growth here.
That's why I said he's a better player than Norman Powell, because
Yeah.
he's doing it and he's dead in everywhere he's going.
Next trade, Kyle Kuzma to the Clippers for PJ Tucker, Nick Batum, Bones Highland, and a 2031 first.
I forgot about.
I
the
would
Clippers.
jump all over that.
Yeah,
That 2031 first might be the best asset we talk about today. Who the hell knows who's going to be on the Clippers in 2031?
is that a better asset than the Lakers?
Yes. Because the Lakers find a way to have a star. Anthony
Oh,
Davis
yeah,
is probably going to
true.
still be
Yeah,
there.
it's the Lakers.
Here now, 2031, what the hell is happening with Kawhi Leonard? Where's James? Like, that's so far away from it. If I'm the Wizards, I'm saying yes to this
Yeah,
one.
for
It's just
sure.
a matter of, do the Clippers want to do this?
I forgot about trying to
If
cook
they-
up trades
hey.
with PJ Tucker.
I'm saying yes on both sides, because the Clippers have to buy into everything.
Yeah, I'm just saying if this is our trade package, is Kuzma the best we can do?
Yeah,
That's the
Yes,
question.
it is. Because what other team is going to value Bones Highland? What other? But
It's
you
the
have
pick. The
It's
pick is the only
pick.
thing. I don't give a damn about any of
It's
these
the
other
pick.
assets.
It's the pick.
Nick Batum, like, damn, bro, I came back to y'all. Y'all
Yeah,
gonna throw me in a
be
trade
like,
again?
fuck.
I'm
what
trying.
would you want to buy out? That'd be crazy, but you can't do
You
that.
can't
but
do
it
that
would be
anymore.
work.
What is Kyle Kuzma making this season?
23 million.
Is it 23?
I thought it was a little bit more.
It's
Is it
23.5.
Yeah.
So here are the players around there. So like, is Kyle Kuzma the best you can get? Of these guys that might be available, Bruce Brown.
Yeah, and Jeremy Grant's a little bit more expensive.
Yeah.
I think
He's like
Jeremy
10
I
Grant's
mean,
higher.
29.
Cam Johnson is here.
Yeah, he's around.
So it's
that
a
range.
matter of, do the Brooklyn Nets value that 31 pick as much as they might value a Lakers pick? You know what I'm saying? Because neither of these teams or trades are going to get active players that you care about.
Yeah.
It's which pick is more valuable to you. You also got like Malcolm Brogdon in this range,
shit.
DeAndre Hunter.
Malcolm Brogdon was
Marcus
trying to get
Smart,
on his
huh?
stuff yesterday.
Yeah. It's weird to see him playing.
It is. I had a double take, but I looked at like, because he had a possession where he was dribbling a lot. Like he was pounding the ball. He took a shot, missed it, got his rebound,
Yeah.
took it again and took another shot. I'm like, who the hell is that? And it was Malcolm Brogdon. I think he had like 10 rebounds yesterday too.
Shout out to
One
him.
assist for Malcolm
He
Brogdon.
dribbles so damn stiff.
Yeah,
One of
he
the
do.
times he just threw the ball. Anyway, just straight out of bounds. One even a
It was
person
supposed to be
within-
a lob to who?
I don't remember, but that was
That shit was crazy.
who was that lob to? Anyway, Jonathan Kuminga,
Was it Alex Sarr?
Wiggins, Melton, Pods, Santos, 2028 first, 2026 second, 2028 second for Jimmy Butler and Kevin Love.
Damn, that's 5 bodies.
Fuck no. Hell no.
5 players.
I mean, three, because DeAnthony Melton's injured.
Oh,
And
I'm the
Santos don't
Warriors,
play.
I'm saying hell no.
I feel the same way, man. I don't know if Jimmy Butler's that valuable anymore.
yeah. His value's gone down. And unfortunately, he's just not being the same Jimmy Butler that we're.
Is he still
accustomed
that
to seeing.
same ceiling raiser though?
It's just like who
Do they need it that much?
and do you want to pay Jonathan Kuminga, which it seems like is a no.
Yeah.
It was like, what team do you think will be willing to pay Jonathan Kuminga?
And then you're going to have to pay him.
Jimmy.
Yeah. So you're paying some money regardless, Mike Dunleavy Jr.
Yeah,
He was at
The Duke game.
The Duke game last
Arizona.
night.
Yeah.
And if
like,
I'm
your team played
the
today.
Warriors, I would much rather invest in a younger asset than an aging Jimmy.
I think it is more of like trying to maximize the Steph Curry era. That's all.
How locked in is Jimmy though? Don't know.
He had 30 last game.
That's always like how locked in is he? I don't know
Stupidly.
how much I want to invest in that in a trade.
I agree. I just don't think he's that as valuable as that trade made. Okay, a couple more. Trae Young and Cody Zeller to the Lakers.
Hey.
For D'Angelo Russell, Rui Hachimura, Gabe Vincent, Jalen Hood-Schifino, 1 first-round pick from 2029.
No. If I'm the Hawks, I'm saying no.
If I'm the Lakers, I'm saying hell yeah.
Yeah. Also, I think Trae Young is worth more than 1 first-round pick.
Why? That's why I'm saying no.
Oh, happy we on the same page.
We always are.
Brandon Ingram to the Charlotte. I think it's the last one. Brandon Ingram to the Charlotte Hornets for Grant Williams, Josh Green, Nick Richards, and a 2027 lottery protected first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just stay away from that Grant Williams contract. Just push it away. Y'all take it for the next 3 years.
Everybody just keep moving the Jeremy Grant Williams contract.
I don't mind this trade.
Yeah, I like Brandon Ingram in Charlotte. I mean, he is older. I would much rather see him on a winning team, but shit, if they
He can help them be one.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
just feel like you replicate a little bit.
What
too
about
much.
a DeAndre Ayton, Brandon Ingram swap?
I think we passed that. Pelicans stink.
Badly.
So it's like
They gonna can a season though? They ain't gonna.
they still
drive?
own the rights to their own pick, right? It's like top 5 protected, top
It
4
is
protected.
Yeah.
Nah, because I think we draw that up early in the season, and then for the Blazers, like why are we doing it? Why are we the guys getting
Because
the
you
deal
got
with Brandon
Donovan
Ingram?
Klinger.
You do get off that Aiden money, and you
But
don't
then
have to
you
worry
pay
about
Brandon Ingram the same
No,
amount
no,
of
no.
money.
But at least
you're
you don't
letting him
have-
go.
Oh, then I need more then.
Yeah. Oh no, it's more than that. It's
Okay.
not a straight. Very loosely, is anything a straight up swap?
I
these
don't
days.
know. Josh Giddey for Alex Caruso was a 1-on-1
Yeah,
trade.
no.
That's because the Bulls front office got that
Yeah,
off on the
I
table.
didn't say it never happens. I said very loosely.
I guess if
very
you're the
loosely.
Bulls, it can't happen.
They only exclusively do 1-on-1s after getting finessed by the Orlando Magic for Franz Wagner.
Yeah. That's crazy that they saw that deal and was like, we think this is pretty fair. We don't want nothing else.
I didn't mind the deal in
from
the
a
moment.
team that has 1,000,000 picks.
Yeah, that's where.
Oh, you
And
talking
then-
about that trade?
yeah,
I thought you
next-
talking about
The next trade they did, they gave away like 6 picks on draft night.
Let's not reopen bad wounds. All right, that's all the trades we got here. Other than this Giannis one, which I'm not even going to read because Giannis is a buck. But it do
Yeah.
got him going to OKC.
Keep it a buck. We getting big bucks.
if Giannis were to, OKC is probably the most dangerous team.
Because they got all the picks
They
you
have,
could possibly
they have a surplus of picks, so they don't lose anything. They're still gonna have more picks.
They could trade 8 of them and still have 8 of them.
They're also they also dangerous because they have the ready now players. Which
Yes.
if you're Milwaukee, that's what you're not. I'm not. Don't give me 13 picks and we won't see them until
Yeah.
your daughter's in high school.
Yeah. Give me Nikola Topic.
He is in this trade.
Oh,
Give me Jalen Williams.
Yeah. Yup.
Yep,
And then
Jalen Williams is in the trade.
and then give me-
Jalen Williams is in the
Bro, that
trade.
shit. Who is it? Who messed up the trade because they didn't know the names?
Dylan Brooks and Marshawn
Oh my
Brooks.
God, what a moment in history. Yeah.
They took the trade back because they wanted Dylan Brooks, but ended up getting Marshawn.
Shout out to my boy Marshawn.
That really was a deal that was on the table, was about to get finalized, and then
It was that
Like, give
Brooks.
us Brooks. He's like, oh, bet. He said the fax over. That motherfucker said M Brooks. He said, no, y'all made a error on the paper. We wanted D Brooks, Dylan Brooks. He said, oh boy, we just knew you was talking about Marshawn. Hell no. That wasn't no error. No spelling error.
Man, all right, that's all we got there. Kendrick drop.
I want to talk about this Kendrick album because I was low key when I heard the first song. I was like, I didn't really know how the vibes is gonna go because it felt like that, like he was back on his like rap beef type flow. And I've always been a fan of Kendrick where I like the melodies and where he's just like really just like
You don't like when he rapping tough?
no, not really. I'm more so to like the melodies of Kendrick and I like the vibes off him and like songs like Dodger Blue, Luther.
Dodger Blue might have been my least favorite song.
Really?
Damn.
On the whole
I
thing.
really like Dodger Blue. But we all different.
I'm so seeing.
TV off is definitely a banger. TV off.
Yeah.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Did you please tell me you didn't fucking shuffle this out?
No, I just I listened to it. I listened to it straight through.
Did you listen to it at 1.5 speed?
Yeah, I did that. I did that.
Typical Mike.
But no, me, I was listening to it. I think I got about 2-3 songs in, and then Elena had walked in, and because I had it playing on the TV or whatever, and then she was like, "Oh, I didn't know like he dropped too," so we was just chilling, listening to it.
I streamed immediately and listened to it in full with the stream. I'm probably doing that every time something big drops. That was the most fun experience I had listening to music because we listened to it, and together, me and the stream was just kind of like trying to catch everything, and it was so fun versus like, I just feel like when you listen to shit and you on Twitter, they be so thirsty to tell you everything. He didn't put no features on the song titles or nothing. Yeah. Twitter will tell you exactly. Hey, by the way, KB,
bro,
track 3, J. Cole will come out of nowhere at 35. It's
people
like,
quoted like several things off of Whack Murals or whatever in like the first like 30 minutes that it dropped or like 20 minutes that it dropped. People are just quoting. And it's like from the first verse or whatever. It's like, damn.
Now, and I can respect that. I can respect dropping a line because you might hear something and be like, damn. But it's like when people dissect everything and trying to, some of the fun with music is like catching shit on your own and hearing it and having to replay it. And it's like, that was the allure of Wayne when we was younger. Sometimes you catch a line.
It's still Wayne versus I catch today. And that's why sometimes I be dropping a random Wayne versus to you in the group chat because I be like, bro, I heard this song a million times, but I never really just caught it like that.
And so and somebody like Kendrick, like I feel like some of the power of an artist like him and some of the other artists is taken away with social media because people catch everything. You have somebody that's drop a video on YouTube within the first 2 days telling you all of the Easter egg things, and it's like that's what the value of listening and having a replay.
That's
value.
why I like that one line where he's like, "F a double entendre or whatever." I'm gonna tell you how it is.
Yeah, that's my intro. Yeah, but yeah, I really enjoyed it. It is a really good album. I am, after first listen, I am very curious to see how it ages. Because I feel like with a lot of albums, the hard bangers, initially it's like, oh, this is my shit. But then you play it out and it goes. So I feel you with the vibe shit.
Yeah,
the vibes
100%.
last longer, for sure.
Yeah.
So that's my only thing. Like, how long are we going to love to hear Mustard? It's a banger. But on play 100, would you much rather hear that or Luther?
I feel like he does a really good job of doing it and like feeding into it, like giving the fans what they want. But he also does a pretty good job of like staying with his type of music, I feel like.
But that's why this album is interesting because it was a lot of the hard shit versus what we use. And it's only, 12, 13 songs? Mm-hmm. My favorite song or songs, A Man in a Garden. That's my number one. I deserve this shit. Like, that's just super, super tough. I did enjoy Whack Murals. Anytime an artist of his stature or his rapping ability drops a album and the intro is 5 minutes, buckle in your seatbelt.
Did you see Lil Wayne responded?
Yes, I did.
What did Wayne say?
He basically just said like, what the hell did I do and stuff like that. Basically like, don't make me have to get involved. But people were telling him like, Kate, I wasn't even really dissing you, bro.
He said something along the lines of,
we'll go word for word. We don't have to guess.
I was about to go.
Man, what the F did I do? ? I just be chilling and they still come for my head. He spelled come with a K. K-O-M-E.
Hey, don't get it disrespected. He still do this.
Oh, okay.
I
thought it was gonna be spelled like what's
you thought it was gonna be spelled.
Come and go. What is that in GTA? Is that a store in GTA?
Anyway, it doesn't matter. I forgot.
Oh, I'm not sure. I know Cluckenbell is. Man, what I do?
I'm
I
sorry.
Just
that
be
is a real store that exists in real life.
Come and go? Yeah, it is.
How you spell it?
Is that for like fruit? Is that like yogurt or something?
It's a grocery gas station.
Oh yeah.
I just be chilling and they still come for my head. Let's not take kindness for weakness. Let this giant sleep. I beg you all. No one really wants destruction, not even me. But I shall destroy if disturbed. On me.
So what is he referring to?
What Kendrick said, I used to listen to Carter 3, but ironically it looked like Wayne ain't proud of my whatever.
Because I
proud of my
remember
hard
on
work.
one of them tracks, he was just saying that only one person hit him up about the Super Bowl.
Which was
And
it's the
congratulations.
same song.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Word. I listened to it one time through, so I'm not
Yeah.
completely into all the lyrics and stuff. I just kind of listen to it like which songs I like.
Yeah.
Luther came on. I was like, oh,
Hey, that's when Elena came on and like. So I really
Hey,
like
man.
came in.
Yeah.
And I'm a big fan of SZA, and she is too, whatever. And like, obviously, you don't got the artist on there, so when she came on,
Surprise, right?
Yeah, I like
she came. I was like, "Is that what I think it is?"
But if y'all wasn't listening together in your own moment, Twitter would have had already told y'all that,
yeah,
hey man, hey, track 3, you finna come on there, and they would have
Yeah.
ruined it. I agree. We was listening to songs and we had to figure out. We was like, is this? Yeah, this is SZA. You know what I mean? And then when the rappers came on, I had a lot of my West Coast local artists. I damn sure didn't know who they were.
Yeah.
That was super fun.
Some of them had fire verses.
Yeah,
though.
they did their thing.
Mhm.
They did their thing. But yeah, A Man in the Garden, TV Off. I like. Gloria was really dope.
I
The
like
double
Gloria.
entendre of that song. Ironically, of him saying in the intro.
you know, I be rocking with my Tupac vest. So reincarnated,
Reincarnated.
it just
is-
hit different.
Oh my
man.
gosh, bro. Oh my gosh, Reincarnated was amazing. And then the Hard Part 6 we talked about. I really enjoyed it. I love the fact that this is the first one that was a song. And I asked my chat, I'm like, yo, it's hard for me to remember off the top of my brain, but is this the first one that's an actual song structured and it's not like in your face? And they was like, yeah, it really is. And y'all was saying the same thing in the intro. I mean, when we first came here, I enjoyed that one.
Mhm.
I enjoyed that it was a different feel and it was a song. And it was super vulnerable, talking about Black Hippie and why it didn't work. And I didn't really feel like that was a secret. Usually when some shit like that don't happen, it's the main artist not on page with everything. But it was dope, man. I'm just, again, really interested to see the replay value of it.
Yeah.
Interested to see how he incorporates it at the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And a lot of people are speculating that this, to some people, it felt like a mixtape and they think more is in a can. Don't know how y'all felt.
I don't know. I used to be really into the lore of all the artists and stuff. So the Heart Part 6 was good in that aspect of him telling the story of everything. Because I didn't know that J-Rock was the one getting signed and Kendrick wasn't, or that Schoolboy Q didn't even want to be a rapper until they told him to like listen to what they do or watch them. Like that was some shit I didn't know. Maybe that was public knowledge, but I didn't know that.
I think you know, but didn't realize, because there's no doubt that you don't remember that J-Rock song with Wayne. Get up, get up, get up. All My Life. That was a big ass song. That like when we was kids and like y'all was probably in 8th grade.
We saw J-Rock perform live
When?
at a Lakers game.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't remember that?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you go back and watch the song,
What song you think he did? He only did one song.
they don't want the.
Mm-mm.
He didn't do that.
I forgot which song
I don't
it
know.
was.
Money Tree.
You ain't gonna. Oh, okay. I was gonna say if you ain't gonna like it, then the hood gonna love it. Wasn't that in 2K?
Yeah,
that was
GTA.
definitely on GTA. But yeah, J-Rock definitely was the face of their shit with that. Oh my.
It was a time where I was like, J-Rock need to drop because like
I
he
feel like
just really don't drop. He don't drop his
I was
own.
finna say, yeah.
He don't drop his own projects.
I feel like we
just
say that
like
a lot.
appears on
Give
somebody.
you a feature here there.
Yeah.
But that's when Wayne was like, times as hard as it is. That's why I got guns and my guns got kids. That's why I be going so tough with them hoes. I play my own hand on shuffle or fold. I know y'all remember that song, man. J-Rock was young, hungry. I'm like, he raw. But yeah.
I'm gonna have to listen to it a few more times.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it the first time through. It wasn't like for me, barn burner. Oh, this shit got hella hits. Maybe that aged that way, but it was good. I enjoyed it.
I agree wholeheartedly with you, KB. I agree. I didn't walk away first listen like this is the best Kendrick album or this is album of the year or oh my goodness. I liked it because I like Kendrick.
Yep.
And I wanted new Kendrick. But I definitely can tell you off of first listen, I it's nowhere near some of the other shit. Like when I know a lot of people feel differently. Damn, when I listened to Damn for the first time, I was like, holy shit, this is it.
Y'all want to rank his discography?
We're gonna be all over the place.
I
but
know,
we can.
right?
Because y'all number ones are probably gonna be Good Kid, Mad City.
No.
Honestly, it would probably be To Pimp a Butterfly.
To Pimp a Butterfly.
Would be my number one.
My number one is Damn.
My number one would be Section 80.
Same. So we gon' do y'all want to count Overly Dedicated or Kendrick Lamar or C4
No,
or
we can
Training
start
Day?
with
Or,
Section 80.
so here are the ones. So Section 80, Good Kid,
Because
Mad
there's no
City.
way you ever heard Overly Dedicated?
I've heard it. Yeah, I wouldn't say I've sat down and dissected it fully, but
So
I
you
haven't.
didn't really hear it. Did you
I've
hear
heard it, but not as much.
Whenever a
as-
person get into a spiel, I seen the movie. I remember the movie and the concept and the plot. No, but I know I
Like
seen
I have
it.
one
I've
of his
heard
songs.
it. I also
Like I have
say-
one of his songs favorited. Like I've definitely
Let's
listened
see
to
which
it.
one.
Damn,
Let's
whole
see,
album,
Patron?
one song.
I wouldn't also say like it's. I don't know. I feel
We
like
can
it's
start
not
at
on the
Good
same.
Kid, man.
I feel like it's
Hey,
not on the
Section
same level as the other ones as well.
It got some hits in there, but I kind of
do.
agree. That's the one that I probably go to the least.
Mm-hmm.
Got a
Which
few
one?
songs in there. Overly Dedicated.
What about the Kendrick Lamar LP?
I don't recall that one at all.
Oh, okay.
No, me neither.
So start with Section 80.
Sorry, Section
That's the
80.
one that got the song. Ah, man, what is the song called? It started off with the Martin skit. Damn, Gina.
Oh, that one.
It got Kendrick Lamar. He
Yeah.
on the cover and he writing that. Go listen to that Kendrick. Hey, he got some shit, man. My mind blanking, but
I know when you said "damn," the song. I know what song you talking about, but I can't remember.
is it she? But go ahead, KB. I'm gonna find the
So
song.
Section 80, Good Kid, Mad City, To Pimp a Butterfly, Untitled, Unmastered. Do y'all want to count that one?
Sure. I
All
mean, for me, number 2 would probably be
No,
Damn.
let's count. Let's do this because that one is the Lucy's that didn't make
Right.
To Pimp a Butterfly.
Mhm.
I think so. Go full album. So Section 80 is like his first release. TDE.
So Good Kid, Mad City, Section 80, To Pimp a Butterfly, Damn, Mr. Morale, and now GNX.
Yeah.
For me, Damn would be second. Or
I would probably.
yeah, I would probably put Damn second, then Good Kid, Mad City. That would be my top 3, like solidified in order.
Yeah, now that I'm looking at this, is a lot harder than I thought. I know for sure Section 80 is my one.
Yeah,
Even to this day, I still go back to Section 80.
back still.
And that came out
I
in
still listen to Good
2011.
Kid, Mad City. I still would go back and listen to Good Kid, Mad
Every
City.
it's a lot of
I like the
songs I be
Pimp a
going
Butterfly
back
one.
on there, and I'd be like, I can't listen to this shit no more.
On
Like,
what? Good Kid, Mad City.
Yes, backseat freestyle. I
Backseat
can-
Freestyle is probably that one song that I
That'll
can
pop
skip.
up every once in a while. I'm like, I need it.
Hey, but
Yeah.
Mike, pause right there. That's my point on the bangers. Because when that first came out, we probably all played that song the
Yeah.
most. And then you age, and it's like, all my life I want money and power.
Yeah.
I was in a club one time with Bub in Miami, and it was a club. Like, they hanging off the wall dancing. And they playing, like, straight booty music. Like, round of applause. Shawty made that. It's going up. The DJ out of nowhere, all I heard, Martin had a dream. And I was like, he ain't that. Bro, the club went up.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it. Everybody in there, they twerking, and it's Kendrick Lamar. Backstreet Freestyle. I'm like,
But then also this
24 hours.
album got Black Boy Fly, The Recipe.
Bro, how many times you listen to Black Boy Fly?
I'm just saying these are like
How
good.
many
These
times
are,
you listen to
but
the
I'm just saying
Recipe?
these are like
No,
good
the
cuts.
recipe. Black Boy Fly, I understand. The recipe is.
But I'm
Black
just,
Boy-
but
But
I'm just saying like
I'm being for real though. Like I really like this used to be my favorite album, but it's just like I feel like he's just done so much better at this point.
I feel
You
like
know
the
what I'm
only
saying?
song that when I'm listening to this that I will skip is Backseat Freestyle.
I
Y'all,
love,
you still listen to "Don't Kill My Vibe" like that?
I love this
I
conversation.
like it.
I love this conversation, Mike, because this is a conversation that I've had on stream so many times, and people act like they don't get what I'm saying. And like, I think I love that you having it because you make me feel like I'm not the only one. It is a fine line between calling something a classic and it was great for its moment. But bro, I was saying the same thing about Take Care with Drake shit. Drake is a GOAT. He's a phenomenon. He's one of my favorites. But there are certain Drake albums and songs that now in 2025, I heard so many times. I'm just not listening
Damn,
to.
you in
You know what-
2025?
You know what
Huh?
song I was
You in
listening to?
2025 already?
Well, we approach it. I'm getting prepared, as you can see.
You know what? I was listening to "Make Me Proud," and I was like, "This song kind of hit, but this song also kind of weak too."
I'm
like,
so that one.
yes.
It's just like, but at the time when he
At the
dropped
time,
that
shit
shit,
was hard as
I was
hell.
playing that shit 100 times a
Yeah.
day.
One song from that don't get annoying is Lord Knows. Lord Knows always his.
When
Yeah.
it randomly comes on, probably not skipping it. But like, how many times today am I going and seeking that song? I don't know. If we was out and Take a Shot for Me came on, I can see it. Great. If the concert, great. But it's not many times I'm getting in my car anymore and I'm saying, oh, I want to go listen to that. I need to go find that.
Or even it's like I haven't heard this song in a while, but damn, I got to put this back in rotation because it's that good of a damn song.
I will say Take Care when I do listen to Drake, I definitely don't say I go back to that album often.
Y'all do music every time you get in the car?
For the most part.
No.
Either that or
No.
I'm listening to like beats. Like
Now
YouTube
you're just a
beats.
rapper. Ain't dropped in 2 years and you just a rapper.
Nobody up here should be saying anything about rap because I'm so fucking sick of y'all. I drop shit there, and even
got
if
a
you
verse
don't
for that
write
one.
it don't be no fucking feedback. Especially, hey, you about to be so stamped out of the shit. It's crazy.
What did I do?
Nothing.
That's the problem.
Have y'all done it? Wait, have y'all done anything?
Yes.
I listen
I
to it
have.
and I write.
KB was he's the only one when I dropped the last ones that acknowledged it first. Mike did
I'll show
come
you my
around.
notes, bro.
Did come
I'm
around
here.
to it, and KB told me he wrote a little bit to the first pack of beats that I sent. You are kind of just like well, what y'all want to do? No, you can't be like that with music. It ain't the game. Like y'all getting on, fuck it, I'll get on.
You also
too.
ain't been on Xbox in 9 days.
Did
That's
he
a
say that on
different
his Xbox?
conversation.
Yeah.
But
Which
you
is
got to
just-
do something.
I always think about like, damn, I'm so much of a gamer that not getting online for 9 days. I don't know if I've ever had a 6
Well,
days.
I haven't gotten on. I do drop in there. Do y'all want to run tonight? And then nothing comes of it.
Well,
So then I just lay
think
down.
he told you this.
But that's
you
why I
cannot
said-
just you got to stop just saying, "Are we running?" You just got to look in the Discord because most of the time we're in there just chilling. or
Now
But
we
then
about-
y'all don't be running still, so I'm just not getting on.
Me and Mike
because-
have ran every day for the past I don't know how many days.
Wait, how many times we said y'all trying to run? Man, I ain't on tonight. I ain't.
That's
I'm
But
on
that
tomorrow.
hasn't happened often. Usually,
That's
I'm
happened
the-
more times
but
than I
usually
will run.
lately, I've been the one initiating playing.
How you haven't gotten on in 9 days?
Because y'all haven't been wanting to play. Or like y'all, we don't have enough.
This is why this is a difficult conversation because y'all are both correct. But this is the thing we're gonna tell you again, Darrick. We be on the game. So when you come into the chat talking about y'all trying to run, bro, the answer is fucking yeah. At this point, you don't really have to ask because we're on the game. When we put the text in, it's to you motherfuckers who are literally
For
not on the
real.
game. So we have to text because you, Kyron, and John literally aren't on the game.
But I'm
When you're
texting just so I
texting,
don't
we're
go.
on the game.
I'm texting
I'm
so
good.
I don't just go get on the game for no reason.
Hey, brother, the game getting on the game is 2 buttons.
Yeah.
It's boom and boom.
I would rather
It is
sit on
not
my
process.
couch. I would rather just sit on my couch and chill.
But
So-
you could still do if you go to your streaming room, whatever room, your work room. You turn on Discord and you say, "Oh, nobody in there." You can walk back to the couch.
Yeah.
It takes a total of 30 seconds.
Bro, you know what you could also do? You could just join off your phone.
You
too.
can literally.
I've done that too.
Now, the point I'm going to defend you on is
That couch must be really nice though.
when you texting and you're not getting a response you want, I can see you saying I'm gonna just chill on the couch.
Right.
I totally get that. But all I'm telling you is if you ever really seriously want to run, us three are on. There's nobody that can argue or have to figure out if we on. Like they saying, you go on your phone and check or you press the 2 buttons and you check. But like 90% of the time, no, and fuck that. 99% of the time when we're running, how many times have you ran and it ain't been with one of us?
Never.
0.
My fucking
And
point.
even if it's-
how many times has Kyron ran and it ain't been with one of us?
I
That
don't know.
if you was a guessing man, what would you bet? What would your answer be?
Maybe 3.
Close to fucking never, right? But answer it for John.
Well, John be playing with randoms.
He do be
But
playing.
when the last time you think he ran?
John,
Nah,
straight
him
up.
and Tyler got their own little thing going on since Tyler
Again?
got home. Yeah, they
Again?
just be sitting in Discord and
Again.
parties by themselves.
Again.
An Xbox?
Yeah,
Again. So it's like,
that's because they be playing the finals. We played the finals a little bit when it first came out. It's a fun game. But Tyler hasn't been able to play video games for like 3 years now, so he's just learning about the finals, even though he got like 30 people.
but that's why it's damn near like when we talk about the John shit, I damn near don't even really be. I jokingly will say it, but it's like I don't.
It's a
include John.
once in a blue moon where John be like, "Yeah, I'll run."
yeah,
More
But
often
it's
than not,
like
he's not on.
You, Kyron. I hate when y'all. I don't want to say hate, but y'all frustrate us when y'all do that shit because it's like y'all be sitting around like, man, what's up? What y'all trying to do? Y'all know what we trying to do. Y'all know what we
I've
trying to
been
do.
playing the same 3 games in
When the
rotation.
last time
I
y'all
was
played
thinking
and
that
we
too. I
ain't
need
been
a new
there?
game.
I've been playing Balatro.
What is that about?
It's a card game.
Cards.
Yeah,
What make me mad is when we find a game that we all can play and it don't have to be 2K and we still don't play it.
yeah. I've been,
Like-
been waiting.
The what's it called? Protocol.
Lockdown Protocol.
We had
Or
a game.
Lethal Company. We played. That
Lethal
shit was
Company.
so
I was
fun,
thinking
bro.
about that the other day.
They got so many mods. I watched RDC play that.
We
They
gotta
had their
play.
own skins, brother. Mark's character
Look at his face.
looked like Mark.
That's crazy.
What's Lethal Company again? Did I
Lethal
play
Company
that?
is when we were. I don't know
think
if you were
played
there,
it.
but
I think it was
it's-
me, you, Terrence, and John.
It's
Oh,
basically
is that
like
the one where y'all was walking in and it was dark and it was monsters and
Hell
stuff?
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that
We gotta
one.
play
Yeah, I
that
didn't play
again,
one.
bro.
Yeah,
We-
I did.
we
yeah.
need to have like party nights or whatever.
Yes.
Where we have like we all get together.
We
'cause
don't.
We still got to do the
We
live
Because
don't.
bar stuff.
normal friends hang out in real life.
Yeah.
We don't do that. I mean, tomorrow
No.
we are, so that's kind of cool. But
I'm glad you just reminded me. Not
I-
that I need to remind
our
you.
hangout could be a game night.
Yeah.
Everybody
Nah.
just hop on Lethal Company.
Nah,
Let's go hoop. Or
I'm
something.
not putting stock into it, KB. I'm actually tired of these motherfuckers. If I'm being honest,
We
honest.
only get together.
You
for an
gotta
engagement.
you gotta fucking pull a hair, and it's like, all right, motherfuckers ain't finna be how y'all on some real shit. Y'all really finna convince yourselves that we can do a game night?
We could.
No, I think that a lot of times we be doing shit. I feel like I'm the person that gotta make it happen, and I gotta fucking be on people's asses. Remember, you gotta send me the $50 to get to this White Sox game. Are you going? Are you going? Are you going? And then I feel like I'm a bug because I'm personally texting the same people 4 times in a day to see if they're down to do something.
That's my point exactly. When we went to your house to do the fantasy football shit, I took the initiative of saying we're gonna do the hoop shit. Everybody that day and in that moment, man, motherfuckers was Lou Williams. They breathed this basketball shit. When it got close to that time, and I'm sitting out there reminding, like KB said, you got a damn near bug. But I'm like, fuck it, I'll take the initiative. I'll rent a gym. I'll do all the shit. Y'all just show up.
Don't happen.
Motherfuckers drop like flies the closer we got today. Oh, man, actually, I do have something to do that day. Actually, this is coming up. Actually, I do got to find out. The last time we did it when we was in the on Through the Wire, when I snapped about the White Sox game, because of the same mentality you have here. I ain't do nothing.
That's a
the
great
fucking
moment.
point.
When he
So
said-
many of y'all sit there with this, I'm with it. It has to be more than I'm with it. Y'all grown ass man think I'm finna babysit and hold y'all hand to go and do a fucking activity? Hell
that
no.
moment legendary because he looked at there and said, "You don't even be on the fucking game."
And here we are, years later, damn near having the same fucking
conversation.
conversation.
I can't do nothing but laugh because it's a real thing in our friend
And
group,
I'm
bro.
minimizing it.
It's a real
I'm talking
thing.
about the game now. Fuck going to play. Just get on the fucking program. And it's still an issue to the point where it's like, you know what, Mike? Just get the 2 randoms.
That's what I was gonna
Me
say.
and you would just
if
play.
if DMills even wanted to play rec and KB was busy with something, he was out. I have a whole Discord where they don't do nothing but has to play rec.
We play. How many games did we play yesterday? We played almost 10 games. We played like 8 games. I'm getting very close to start of 3, by the way. I'm damn near at a 90%. But it's like we play me and Mike be having our own world. Where we was in a group chat, we was talking about Nas Reed, and y'all probably had no idea what we was talking about. It's a dude we was playing with who made his dude look just like Nas Reed. He was fake decent.
Hey KB, he be hooping like Nas Reed for real.
Yeah.
He be getting his ass put in the basket though.
But that's why I be
Nas
feeling the
Reed.
way I feel when motherfucker come back like, I be trying to. No, you don't. Because if you wanted to, you would have just hopped right in with me and Mike yesterday, and you would have played 7 games. It would have been so many games where you would have been forced to get off. That's how we had to be. Motherfucker had to say I'm done for us to
Yeah.
stop, because that shit was just
Because
going.
they definitely
going,
be like,
going,
"Is y'all
going.
still run?" I'm like, "Nah, we got to wake up in the
Yeah,
morning."
unfortunately,
Like,
last night I couldn't.
No,
How was that,
of
by the
course,
way?
You was at a Bulls game.
How was the Bulls game?
It was cool. We left at the 3rd quarter.
Damn. Oh, because you had the baby.
She was just getting too antsy.
Yeah, I
she,
forgot about
She kept
that.
wanting to get down.
Yeah.
But what I will say, from what I seen, I was impressed. Angie posted on the close friends thing, and I seen that. I was like,
I didn't see it.
she was very calm.
Did y'all
for
give
a
her
baby.
headphones?
No.
No.
That's the first thing I
Yeah.
saw. I'm like, she is sitting like that in a fucking bull. This is the ceremony where it's opening. They got on a cam.
Oh,
You
y'all
see
did?
that?
Yeah, we was on
Oh,
a
man, I didn't
jumbotron.
The
See that.
jumbotron. She was
Few
very
people
calm.
tweeted me talking about something. Did I just see DMills on the jumbotron?
Oh,
Yeah, you
wow.
did get in there. Like,
Is that the start of the 2nd quarter?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go back and
Hey,
see it.
on a side note,
Wow.
I seen Isaac tweet this out too, but I understand the courts now.
in person.
In person, those courts look phenomenal
Yeah.
compared to what like kind of look like on TV.
The Denver Nuggets
The
one is the
Denver-
worst.
I
of
don't
all
like
time.
the Denver Nuggets.
It's
so
a
yellow.
piss colored court, bro.
Mhm.
It's real life piss. And I was so upset when I turned on the TV and saw it because I didn't know that. Like, this is my first time. Like, did they
But
have
you
it
ain't
last
seen it
year?
in person, KB. It's different in person.
Yeah,
Can you
alright.
admit that?
No, the Bulls one was different in person. That don't make it good, but it was better in person.
And my last thing that I'm gonna say, y'all gonna stop going to Stan's Donuts and not bringing shit for the set, man.
It's like they went together.
They do.
They do.
They do.
Oh.
Coming in here with ice mocha lattes. Y'all know DMills want some of that.
I like the jacket.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
New, it got to be brand new, right?
Yeah.
Where you get it
Opened it
from?
last night. Chalk line.
Stop playing with them.
I don't know what that is, but they do
For
That's
good
real.
work.
That's where I got the hoodie from when you asked me where I got it from.
Which one?
The ECW hoodie.
Oh, so so I thought that was maybe just like a wrestling thing. They got every sport, huh?
Yeah, they mainly do football and wrestling.
Interesting.
Maybe there's some vintage basketball stuff.
We got
on
distracted. We got to go back. We ranking his discography.
Oh my God, I forgot
Where
that
you
existed.
putting what's your list? For
Oh.
Kendrick's discography.
I only gave 3. Hold on. What's the rest?
Personally, I would go.
We're also going to put out there, we're being very aware that the album drop yesterday is probably going to be,
Last.
you got to give it time.
Yeah, I've only listened to. I'm on song Peekaboo. That's literally the last song I think I stopped at the beginning.
Okay.
So
What is your process when you listen to music, by the way? Because Mike is the one that kind of told us he shuffled, which is why we always on his ass. You would never do no shit like that.
no, I like to hear songs transition into. I think one of the most beautiful parts, songs transitioning into the other one, and like sometimes there's like even like a story.
Shake
like
my hand. Shake my hand. Hey, thank you, man. Because being a part of some shit where you're putting together an album and somebody is getting paid to do that or got to sit through that, motherfuckers want that to get appreciated.
I'm also say for reference, that's when I was listening to like Lil Uzi. I don't really feel like you gotta go ahead and go through Uzi shit in order, but Lil Wayne, Drake, people like that, you do gotta go.
We appreciate the context on that because when you say that, you ain't give us that. So
nah, this was a couple years back when I said
even in my chat, the reason it came up because it came up in my chat. It was like, y'all think Mike listening? Somebody said, and then I'm like, Mike probably definitely listen. We was talking about it in the chat, and somebody was like, hopefully he ain't shuffle it. And I'm like, Mike did say that shit.
It's Lil Uzi, Playboy Car.
What do you get out of shuffling it?
But I think
even an album that I know, I wouldn't shuffle it.
But again, I wouldn't. I'm not.
You sound like
I
Earl.
wouldn't just hit shuffle.
That's what Earl
It's again
Sweatshirt
like
said.
I'm not going through right away. Like if it's a smooth intro, I'll tap into the intro. But most of the time when I'm listening to artists, again like Lil Uzi and stuff like that, I'm listening more so for the features and sounds. So I might bounce around to this sound that has Playboy Cardi on it.
I get
You know
a
what I'm
part of
saying?
that, but I do think still
Yeah, of course. Again, it's
because
context. To
everybody,
everything.
yes, even somebody like Uzi, who again he ain't telling no story like Kendrick, but shit on one album he might, and you might not know. But I definitely think that there is a sequencing that they put in the album in a certain order for a reason. I agree with you partly though. I like when I'm in an album mode, I'm going to listen to an album.
You know what's my favorite thing on Spotify now is
But there are some albums you can shuffle.
I have like the feature where it does like it's like a blend mode or whatever. So the last 5 seconds of the song, it'll start transition to the new
Oh,
song.
you talking about DJ X?
No, it's not DJ. I don't have DJ.
DJ X does do that.
He does
Yeah,
do
he
that,
does
but
do
it's the
that.
transfer.
I actually hate that feature.
Some of the songs that like transfer from like, it be sounding so raw when it go into the new song. It be like, damn. Like,
How much of variance do you have then?
what do you mean?
If it's transition to the next song, does it go from up tempo to slow, or are they trying to match the song?
So it lets you choose at what time will it start the transition. I messed around with it, so when I put it at 10 seconds, it just sounded too weird because like songs are just now finishing up. So I put it at like the last 5 seconds, and usually that's when like the beat is kind of fading,
Yeah.
and then the other beat will start picking it up. So I got it at 5 seconds. So sometimes it don't sound right just because different beats or whatever. But you'll find like oddly sometimes it's like, damn, this shit could have been on the same album the way it just went into the next song. You know,
DJ X does it in a way where
All y'all are Spotify listeners?
I use
Yeah.
Spotify.
DJ X does it where he's gonna give you about 5 to 7 songs that's around the same tempo, and they're gonna transition towards like whenever the last verse in, and then he's gonna give you a little bit more of the chorus, and then he's gonna transition out. So it depends on the song and how it ends. He's gonna cut out like the last little bit of it that you probably won't care about, and he's gonna transition to the next, and then he's gonna cut out the beginning of the next song where they like might be intro and you might hear like just a beat or like them talking or whatever. He's gonna go right into the next verse type of shit.
I really like it, man.
I
It
don't really
depends
like.
on
I don't like
it depends
DJ
on what he
X.
plays.
Yeah.
DJ X is kind of lame as fuck.
Bro,
to
he
me.
be like, let me play the same song. These your best songs from
Ain't it the
last year,
same
and it be the
thing?
same.
I wish you could
song.
change it. Like
I
I
heard
want to
y'all-
discover new music. Please,
Yeah.
I
DJ.
heard y'all listen to it. I'm like,
I had some.
That's for people
some-
that don't got their own playlist.
I'm like Earl
some
though.
Stevie
I'm not
Wonder.
I'm not a playlist person.
I'm not a playlist person. I got my liked songs I might flip through, but I mean in general I don't be listening to music like that anyway. But I had a like Stevie Wonder come up. I'm like, oh, this a hit. And then right after that, it's transitioned into some fucking Action Bronson. I'm like, they could not be further from it.
Yeah, that's what
I
I
just vibed out to Stevie Wonder.
And then
Now I hate everything. Like that's the song that came up. I hate everything. Like damn, Stevie Wonder's just loving everything. The exact opposite, DJ.
I'm an Apple Music guy, but I got Spotify on my PC.
I'm still on
Apple
my.
Music has the transition thing too. I didn't know that either.
Cool.
I was in Angie's car and it started doing that. I was like, oh, using it on the Spotify. She was
I just
like,
seen
no,
that.
this is Apple Music.
Elena had showed me the TikTok where it said that you have to change the setting in Spotify so it doesn't play like continuously the same music because it does like the algorithm thing. And I think I changed it maybe a week or so ago, and I feel like it's definitely like I hear a lot more songs that don't usually pop up on my playlist.
That's what I don't. I kind of like it, but I don't like it at the same time. Because sometimes I'll just be playing Larry June, and I listen to that so much that when I listen to him, I could just shuffle his shit versus playing album for album. But it'll go into some shit that I don't want to listen to, and it's like another San Francisco artist, and it's like, nah, hold up, bro, I'm listening to Larry June, and because Spotify is so playlisty, it trying to do that too much for me. When it's like, I don't really need. I know I know music, so I don't really need you to really put me on to some shit every time I'm listening to it.
Yeah.
Sometimes there's a time and a place for that, where it's like I don't know what I want to listen to, so just go ahead and do your shit. But a lot of times they'll segue and be like, bro, stay on fucking Larry June. Where are you going?
Yeah. I hate when you play a playlist. Like I'll have a 2000s playlist, but it seems like you hear the same songs, even though there's like 10 hours worth of music on there.
Yeah, yeah.
And they'd be like, why am I still hearing the
That's
same
why I
shit?
said there's some settings you have to turn off because they really try to like do the algorithm where he liked this song, we gonna play it 24 times out of 24. Like, I just don't get that.
I've tried to have playlists and make playlists and do shit like that. I just find myself.
I don't make them.
I like
just
going
find,
everywhere.
I find them on. You can literally just search in certain types of playlists. So many
No,
people
yeah,
make
that's
them.
what I'm saying.
And like I just find
They got
something-
those on Apple Music too and Spotify. But
Yeah, they do.
Spotify is way more popular with their playlists. But like, yeah, even like a 2000s, I'm not against it, but it's rare.
You remember when we had our playlist?
2000s playlists be hidden.
Yeah, they
yeah.
do.
When
We were
always
supposed to make a
update it.
collab playlist where like we all have our top like 25 songs or whatever.
Yeah.
That would still be kind of cool.
Now I'm gonna have
We
to.
would have to lessen it, but it also is like we have to do it.
Yeah.
We made a baby shower playlist.
Oh, did you? How?
Yeah.
What type of songs was on it?
Let me see. I could just look honestly. So I know she had a lot of Spanish music. She has some Spanish music on there.
Do you listen to
For
Spanish
her.
music now?
No,
Do
not
you
really.
speak in Spanish to your daughter, or you just leave that to
some
mom?
stuff? Yeah,
What'd
just
you
like
say,
simple
caca?
stuff.
Did you caca?
No,
Oh.
but like we'll say mas. That means more.
Mm.
What else do we say? I forgot.
Agua.
Agua, yeah. Where is the baby?
You should say Mimi's.
Hell is
Em-
that?
That means it's from dormir, which is to go to sleep. It's like slang for like, going to sleep basically.
Isn't Dame like give it to me? Dame.
Yeah.
D-Man.
Dame.
Maybe she deleted it. Oh no, it was right here. I saw something that said this playlist is no longer available. I thought it was
Did
that
you
one.
take like 3 years of Spanish?
I took 4 years of Spanish.
I took 2.
So there's some Usher on here. There's some Chris Brown.
Phenomenal.
Baby, you said this is a baby shower playlist?
Yeah.
They want you
makes
to make
sense.
another baby, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's some turn up. Like there's some Drake on here. There's some Post Malone. Some Lil Wayne.
Did you
Some
add
us-
that Post Malone?
Yeah.
He likes Post Malone.
He loves Post Malone.
But this song is just Rockstar. Oh, the congratulations. I put congratulations on here.
That's fitting.
There's some
Can I ask
Birdman
you a
and Lil
question that's
Wayne.
personal?
What's up?
Birdman and Lil Wayne, he got stunned like my daddy.
I'm
up
asking all
there.
y'all this. This is the Unplugged.
Okay.
Hashtag personal.
Uh-huh.
Have y'all ever been intimate with music on, or is that
Yeah.
just some movie shit? Like you finna
My first time.
for real?
Swear to God, that was the only
Usually
time.
the TV's just on. Or
Same.
My boy.
like it's
Sometimes if there's nothing on, it'll be like, let's put on some music. But other than that, probably not.
That's how you know some TV stuff. Because in my mind, my first time, that's what I thought had to be going on.
yeah, it's
music.
not.
Yeah.
I'm very rarely like, ooh, let's get this love. I've never been like,
Put on that Jack Keys.
I think it's just the previous generation.
yeah,
Like,
that older, like the 50-year-olds.
Well, they ain't had Netflix and chill 20 years ago,
True.
did they?
true.
They had do things differently.
Boombox and chill.
boombox and shit. They also had the Better Love making music.
Oh, for sure. I
Like,
mean,
they
when you have
actually-
love
they-
making
they-
music,
yeah.
you don't put
Ah,
on
come
something
on
from
now.
now.
Yeah, no, for sure. They
Yeah.
You put on
had
some Luther.
My mind is telling me no, but my body's
telling me yes.
That's not me saying free him,
Yeah.
but I'm not. Art is art. I can't take it away. Art is art.
But
Not me
I
saying
seen that
friend.
video when it was Genuine and he was singing
Oh yeah.
Well,
in them jeans.
Oh yeah.
Oh, my
yeah,
God.
no, but you know that is some good shit from them because you know what that made me do?
What?
I went and listened to Genuine.
Oh yeah.
So older artists, do that shit and go viral because it is worth it because your stream's gonna go up. Because I definitely got my genuine
It's just
back.
crazy. They was singing they heart out, bro.
And
It was just like,
it's like when your they said something like when the hoes come around, this how your homie be. KB said he went in. What song was it? Do you remember?
I don't remember.
What type? It was Love Making Music.
Yeah,
stuff?
yeah.
Is it her type of music? Like, would she listen to it?
No.
No.
I mean, now, yeah, but not.
it was
We
just some little
16.
peep.
Oh my gosh, bro! Speaking of her type of music, the funniest
Which
shit
sounds
ever.
crazy.
Yeah. At your engagement proposal, I'm like, man, Avery Braids is really nice or whatever. Suzanne say, yeah, but she just like her daddy. She tenderhead.
Oh yeah.
I say, hell no. That is the most hilarious shit ever.
I didn't
That
know you
look
was-
key
I
and
didn't-
trade.
I didn't know you
Man.
was tenderheaded
I'm very tender-headed.
because you always had your hair
I know.
done. So I didn't
I
know
know.
it was bothering you.
It was one of the reasons why I did always have my hair done. It's a once-a-month process. You got to think about it. For 29
That's
other
why I
days.
got my hair cut. My sisters got tired of doing my hair
Yeah,
because they said I was always crying.
yeah.
So they said they weren't. They told my mom literally, we're not doing his hair no more because he's crying too much and he get on our nerves.
And you just got like a fade.
And my mom cut my hair.
Damn.
So
That's how my sister is. She don't like sitting still for a long time.
yeah, no kid really likes sitting.
I'm
still for a long
tenderheaded
time.
in another way where, like, I just don't like having the actual braids in themselves.
Mhm.
I'll sit through and get my hair, and I never had a crazy amount of hair, but I'll sit through and get them done. But when I had them, it's like, now I got to go to sleep. I got to put this do-rag on. I got to protect it. I'm trying not to sleep all crazy because there's been time I woke up and my do-rag was off and your braids looking like Jimmy
Y'all
Jones.
loose.
It's trying to
He
find
said like
that-
Jim Jones.
That level, because I don't like a tight-ass do-rag.
No, bro, it gives
But
you
if
a
you
fucking
too
headache.
loose,
It's gonna come
it's
off.
gonna come
It's
yeah.
gonna
off.
come off.
Like if I wake up with lines, that mean it was too damn tight.
I
You
used to
came
use
here
two-
the other day.
I
your
used to use
shit.
2 do-rags.
I don't think you're supposed to do that.
The friction.
The friction. But you came here like 2 episodes ago where your do-rag line was so deep. I'm like, bro, I know your shit was throbbing, bro.
Sometimes it hurt and I had to loosen it, but I think
Y'all can
I've
see
had it
lines
so
right
long.
now if you
I've
look
been, I've
hard
just
enough.
been
you
used
can.
to
To
it.
the
He
right
does
side.
have. He has it right where his corners are. It's literally touching his corners.
Corners. Yeah, man.
Now, what's crazy though is back in the day, love making music. Imagine they doing their thing and they got the radio on. You going and that commercial come on. Beating it.
What was that? It was an
103
episode of
Love
Martin
music.
where they was staying.
You know,
I
I'm a
think,
Martin historian now.
I think they was staying with Pam and her. Wait, what happened? They was playing love making music and like the music kept coming on. It was, I think Gina and Martin was sitting there and it was like, damn, they at it again. And they kept turning on the music. Whoever was staying with
So
them.
every time the music come on,
Yeah, they knew what was going on.
I guess I'm not a historian because I don't know what you're talking about.
Or maybe it wasn't.
No,
When
it
you,
could
when
be.
you said they was staying, I thought you were finna say when they was out of town and that big
No.
rat thing, whatever the hell that shit
Oh
was.
yeah, they was on that little vacation.
Yeah.
Golly. Hey, if you have not watched Martin, stop fucking playing. It's all there. And it's historic, man.
And he looked good. He looked good now. Y'all saw him?
Yeah. I
Yeah,
saw him
he-
on Jennifer Hudson show.
Yeah, he's definitely like, he looks like he's gotten his stuff together. And I love that.
A question because now based off the last Unplugged, I'm going to come with like
To come.
top you crazy. We're going to have topics like the Kendrick album as a topic. We still didn't rank our discography.
Section 8 or not. To Pimp a Butterfly is my number 1. That's how they matter to me.
My number 1 is Damn. Then I would probably go Section 80, To Pimp a Butterfly, Good Kid. And then
Wesley's Theory is like one of my top 4
literally.
songs ever, bro.
ever.
It's so great.
I just like the first 35 seconds of it.
Yeah.
Every is a star. As you can't deny that you and I in every.
K-Dot definitely be having them like
Hit me.
different vocals in the background just to like they just fit the mood of the song. Like they give different.
I like when
It's like
he had a song
vibes.
in his new album where he's like talking to himself.
No,
Like
he's
the-
not. He's not talking to himself. Ain't that God? God is talking. That's the other voice is God.
That's the other voice? Oh, man,
Yeah.
I got to re-listen to it. You're right. I didn't catch it. I was just like listening.
What
Are
are
you talking? You talking about this album? Or
Yeah.
you just talking
Yeah.
about in general?
No, in this album.
Oh,
What is a dream possession of yours? Everybody, like, obviously you want a dream house, but like, some people love cars. I love watches. Some people want a diamond grill, some shoes. Dream possession. That's for you. It ain't what the world would think. Who cares? If you wanted a gold steak.
So one thing
Gold plated steak.
I want a big driveway with about 3 to 4 cars, and I could just go outside and be like,
what are the cars? Come on, we on details, baby.
One of them's probably gonna be a G-Wagon.
Okay.
They appeal to me.
I damn near had to curse somebody out in the G-Wagon the other day in Oakbrook.
They thought
I
they
don't
was
blame
doing.
Just you got a nice car. We understand. Don't cut me off, bro.
Yeah.
They be thinking they could do.
Hey,
nice
them and BMWs, they gonna get you.
Nice cars and old people. They just whatever they want to do on.
Bro, old people
do
stuff where they kind of just like.
I be knowing if somebody's old by the way they drive it sometimes.
20 miles per hour under the limit.
No,
Yeah.
but they also pull out in the intersection just like hit me.
That happened a lot at Oakbrook Mall too. That little when you're turning in, people don't realize you have no stop sign.
Oh my God.
There's no there's no stop for the incoming vehicles.
And
so.
they just don't get it. They'll stop and just wait, and it'll be like, you got to honk. But yeah, okay, G-Wagon, interior color. Oh, you ain't thinking that far. When I say dream,
Yeah, no, I don't.
dream.
I probably I like that tan brownish look, or
Ooh,
like a
peanut
or
butter
nice,
inside.
yeah, or like a nice cream.
Oh,
I like
shit.
that.
I know you be creaming with that coffee.
That's why I got out of the cream colors. No
Yeah, because I
stains.
know whenever I
No
see you with the
stains is crazy.
Oh wait, I thought,
Oh
what you
my
were saying?
God.
I thought you was talking something.
no, I see you with the coffee
Wow.
every time, and it's like a super light color.
No, but that coffee was dark today.
I didn't see you have one today, but usually when you get like a
Yeah.
coffee.
But
No stains.
keep it clean.
the G-Wagon.
You
Probably-
if you. That's how I know he ain't 6'4". If you 6'4", you ain't even doing nothing in the car.
True.
He's 6'3" for sure.
No, I'm not.
Second car.
I would want. I've always been in the Raptors, the big Raptors.
Oh yeah,
those
RTX.
Yeah, I would want one of those.
Those look so amazing, bro.
Yeah, they do, especially when you got their own modifications on. I don't know what I would do. I would have to do my research, but they be looking nice. I wouldn't be driving on people's ass like the ones who do have them on the highway, but I definitely do that. So a G-Wagon, a Raptor.
Not only they drive on people's ass, they were driving your ass in snow.
Yes.
Like, bro, I gotta slow down.
Driving in the snow the other day, I was so pissed at that alone. These big wheeled motherfuckers still throwing 20 over the limit, bro. It's
yes.
slippery as hell
Yes.
outside. What are you
don't-
doing?
If you in that fast lane when it's like bad weather and you see one of them like
Ford F-150.
Ford F-150s 4x4, just get out the way, bro.
Yes,
he's
you got
gonna
it, bro.
come. He's gonna
And
be
I
right
swear-
behind.
By me, like literally right by me. I'd be like,
Bro, I swear it was raining hard. I'm talking about like it's raining so hard you gotta kind of stop to pull over just to make sure
Yeah.
like you can see the road. I seen this Ford F-150 zooming through it. And I'm like, bro, you're
It's
just
not
about
only-
to hurt somebody.
Yeah, I think they feel like they're safe,
And, yeah,
but they
everybody else
don't
is in
care about
danger.
no one else.
Yeah.
I'll probably get a Mercedes GLE, and then I want one of those old vintage Cadillacs, like
like
one
that.
of those throwback cars that I have, running.
Which one of them is your daily? Because I feel like you had to have a daily
Mercedes.
driver. That's the Mercedes?
Yeah,
Yeah, I feel that. I be thinking about, I don't like cars, but I like cars.
It's
yeah,
insane.
same.
I don't like them enough to like. I know the names of them. It's just
Yeah.
like, hey, that's a cool looking car. I would drive that.
I
Same.
stopped having a dream car for a while. I used to be a 918 Spider, Porsche. Now my one that like I don't think is ever going to change. I want a Maybach. I want to sit in the back of
Oh,
a
yeah.
Maybach, stretch my legs.
Some
You know
some
what?
YouTubers just got,
You know what do
MMG
be
just
looking
got
raw
one.
though?
Oh, did he?
sure did.
I seen a couple of videos and I seen even like I think Steph was somebody seen Steph Curry at a gas station and he was filling up his Lamborghini. I'm like, that shit look raw as hell, bro.
It is cool.
If I had that type of money, I don't know if I would be a sports
I probably
car
get-
type of guy.
I feel like it's
Yeah.
a difference.
Lambo, Ferrari.
I remember when
When
Steph,
you got so much, it's like
you remember when
you got-
Steph
you
got
gonna
into
try.
an accident in his Porsche on the way to the game?
yes, and that could have been really bad.
Oh,
Yeah,
I don't remember that.
Oh yeah, he got into an
Him and his
accident on the
wife.
way to the game.
Aisha.
Sheesh.
Yeah.
Somebody
That-
car like spun out, and they had to avoid it, or whatever. But it could have been real bad.
Yeah, and I could even imagine going to a game and getting into an
I
accident.
see, yeah. Damn.
Dream possession? Gold ball.
It changes like
Gold bar.
every time to like what I would
Unlimited
do with it.
refill bar.
That don't sound too bad. But like I want to own like some type of store or something. Like I think I told you like I want a gentleman's bar or something like that. I also think about all the time like having like a vintage type of store because I'm just like I love throwbacks and vintage type stuff. So I
In 3
always kind
years,
of
let's do this, Mike.
what up?
Let's open up our own titty bar, a Palominos type thing.
Okay.
I feel
But
like the
here-
permits for that stuff.
Yeah, I
wonder
wonder what's the permit situation. I wonder how long it takes to get that permit too.
I
You did
perform?
pull up. You
Can
did
you
pull
perform?
up to the to my proposal in a Rockaway shirt and some True Religion jeans. I was
You
like,
did, yeah.
I
I was
was
looking
like,
at his ass.
no.
He was like, "You making them horseshoes look little?"
I also be liking it because you. And how many times you seen somebody wear a Rockaway shirt in the past year?
One.
But that was
Yeah,
probably
That was
me.
you. Yeah.
I also don't see True
You and
Religion
Dame
jeans often.
Dash. Only you and Dame Dash is wearing that shit.
No, sexy Red brought back Chewies.
No, she
After-
did not.
She brought them back. Chief Keef's initiated.
And even after he brought them back, when they came back alive, he was the one wearing them.
I
Like
was
he could be,
a
but
year
yeah,
ago
you
in
were
the
giving
campaign.
Sexy Red some love over here.
I was pissed when I couldn't get a pair of True Religions.
Me too.
I was
had a
pissed
few
when I
fake
found out how
them.
much they actually are.
See, I
some
never
fake
got to the fakes.
Yeah.
I would have loved to get to the
Somebody
fakes.
was telling me you can. I felt so relieved. We was in high school, we was in gym, and I was changing, and I didn't even know about fake truths at the time. And he was like, you want to know how people, when people shit ain't real or whatever. And he could have been just talking out of his ass, but he showed man, he like, you see this pattern right here you got in yours is on the inside of the pocket. That's
Hey,
how
you know what's
they real.
crazy?
And I was like, my shit real.
There's an episode of Atlanta where it's the FUBU episode, and it's just like the whole episode is about this kid who at school and
I'm so mad I stopped watching.
he
the
got
show,
a
by the way.
FUBU shirt on, and somebody in his class has the same exact shirt on, but it's a small difference. So the whole day they're trying to figure out whose FUBU shirt is fake.
And who's is real?
And yeah, it's just like the pressure is like a kid too. That's like you don't want people to talk about you and your clothes
You do
being
not, bro.
fake.
You do not.
So it's just it's so crazy.
You want to? Whenever I see someone wearing Echo, I'm like, wow, where the hell did you get some Echo?
Who are you seeing wear Echo? Somebody who just got out of jail?
No, like,
That's
I'll see him just
definitely what
randomly
he was
outside.
saying.
Or like Dame drops the food, he still wears Echo regularly, and I'll be like,
Well,
where did you get that from?
well,
You also have 1 million subs.
I can
telling
tell
me-
you.
Why do you?
Ain't he's the bigger size guy?
Yeah.
They be having a lot of big clothes.
That when I see people wearing Echo, I'm not
They-
trying to be rude to anybody, but that's what I be seeing people wear. Like when you go to like a Burlington Coat Factory and you go to the big size,
Yeah,
they're gonna
that's
have
exactly
Echo.
what I was thinking. Like
Yeah.
you would probably find that at.
Yeah.
All
I'm thinking you mean somebody trying to be dripped out, walking in with a Echo jumpsuit into Benihana.
Oh, no.
I'm like, where the hell did you see that?
You'll
at?
see it so random. It's rare, but I'll be like, damn, where did you get the Echo shirt from?
Dream possession, KB?
A big ass house.
I think I would do a
Bigger than the
mansion.
one you got?
Yes.
I think
Damn.
about how crazy a mansion is to have 20 rooms.
Yeah. Well, I
5
wouldn't go
bedroom.
that crazy, but like I love the idea.
I'm
of,
crazy like that.
I
I
would-
even think I'm crazy.
Yeah.
But I if I had the money or when I have the money to do
20
some shit,
rooms?
I would go. I would get. An
How many rooms are
estate.
in your house, KB?
bedrooms.
Yeah.
7.
Damn.
For real?
Yeah. If you count the basements.
Oh,
Damn, that's nice.
I did sleep in that basement before.
I would do 20.
I just like the idea of being like, damn, I feel like going to the movie theater and that shit is in my house.
Oh yeah, that's,
no,
that's one
having
of
a
the.
theater in the house, yeah,
Yeah.
that do sound
I
nice.
need like I need like a entertainment room that's also like just not video games. Like I want to have
6 bedrooms.
where you have like
6.
what's that little machine where it's like it's be the old arcade machines. Like you have arcade type things in your game room too.
Yeah.
Like-
when me and Bud lived together, that's what he had down there. But he never completed anything. So
You know what's-
the
bro.
theater was done, but I felt like you could have took it. You
Yeah.
supposed to have a popcorn maker
One of
now.
my exes had
We
she
never had the
like
shit plugged up.
what's the game where it's you have
Corner.
the ship in space and it's just like asteroids.
Oh yeah,
She had the asteroids game like the arcade, and I swear all we did was try to get the high score in that. That shit was so.
yeah. I think
I also
we
like
had
the, like-
Pac-Man.
Man, this movie not getting to where I want it to go. Y'all feel like going to play golf? The simulator's right down the hall. Like I want that type of experience.
Hey, bro, Ontario was dating this girl when we were younger. Her dad
We know him.
was the CEO of McDonald's. Shouts out to him. I got nothing. I'm not gonna say no names though, because these are actually people that I rock with. So I'm not gonna say no names. When I say he had a simulator, and it was the first time I ever seen one because I wasn't into golf at the time, so I just walked past it. That motherfucker looked like the place we go to. Now, he ain't have 7 of them, but you know how you have the one?
Yeah.
He had the one.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize until we first went to a simulator. I'm like, bro, this what Mr. had in his basement.
It took me.
And you couldn't touch that shit, though. So when we went over there, we didn't motherfucker go to theater, whatever. Everything else, you do whatever. But that shit was dark.
I've seen a couple
closed off.
basements where it's like somebody could real life live down here in this base. That's how big. That's how just like amenities the basement have. Like there's some people basements that are nicer than people's
grandma old
apartments.
building, old house. That's what KB and them used. That
we lived
was
in
like
a
an
basement.
apartment.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing it didn't have is a real stove, but it had the hookup for it.
Yeah.
If we wanted a stove
Dana
downstairs.
grandma, her house, her cousin lives at the top of it because it's like an apartment. That should be raw to me. Like I like those houses where like if it ain't gonna be a mansion where if my kid needed to stay in my crib in their 20s, it's like go ahead, but you can still be an adult up there, and you know what I'm saying? And
I like the ones with the direct access to.
I also
you
seen,
don't have to go through
right.
my house to get to your spot.
Yeah, I was gonna say I also seen some cases where it's like there's a house, but there's a smaller like garage or shed that is attached, and it's actually enough room to have it make it into.
Answer your question. In 2020, when I signed with the company I signed with, they asked me this exact same question. I said a pool house. I thought pool houses were the coolest shit you could have.
Like an indoor pool?
No. You have a pool,
Oh,
but
it's a
you have
pool
a house next to it.
Oh.
Where like Will Smith lived in the pool house. It was his own apartment, basically, on property. And I was like, that shit seems cool. Have a game room in a pool house. And then
what happened? Sound like you going somewhere negative. Something happened where it's like, man, that shit.
I just don't care enough anymore. And we live in Illinois, and it's just not a lot of those here.
Yeah,
Well, at the simulator, they also had one of those, and that motherfucker was exactly like the Will Smith shit, where like the older brother would be in that motherfucker.
One of the houses we toured like a few months ago
I'm
had
like,
one.
people really live like
and I
this.
damn near bought it because of it.
We just saw a house when we was looking at houses around here. It had a house, and then it had a house in the backyard.
That's
it was like the house was in the backyard was complete. It was like a little 2-bedroom or
That
something.
shit cold.
Yeah,
And I was
I've
like-
seen people like turn that into like office spaces or like literally, hey, we got our grandma living back
Yeah.
there.
Did
Like,
Y'all,
you know what I'm
have
saying?
y'all ever seen Gilbert Arenas show?
I've watched
That's
it.
in his house.
Really?
Oh, it is?
That's his
Oh,
basement.
I just seen the one
That's
where he was like,
kinda
he was
had
talking
no
about
idea.
basketball players getting
Bro,
to the
he's
set, and he's talking
ignorant.
about Nick Young or whatever getting there late. Did you see that?
Yes.
and then
yes.
you could see the set, like more of the set because they're watching him
Exactly.
walk in. And I
Exactly.
did not know that was his house.
That's his
If
house.
his-
It was, Gil ignorant.
Yeah.
So,
Where they shoot at LA somewhere?
I believe so. One time he was getting a haircut. He's like, "Oh shit, I'm running late." And he was being goofy. He ran downstairs, and that's how I found out it was his basement.
That's
I'm like,
crazy.
Gil is crazy, but yeah, it's his fucking basement, bro. I still just want a presidential Rolex. But I wanted it. I want to wear it like this in the back of a Maybach, headed to my big ass. You dig? What was your dream thing?
Store owner.
After I leave my store, I would live it to everybody. Appreciate y'all though, man.
Thank y'all so much for watching. Shout out again to Shams for stopping by. We're going to try to get him back on the show when the trades start to happen. Maybe we get some breaking news again. Leave a like, subscribe, and we'll see y'all in a couple days.
Peace.
Peace.